Hello, welcome back to Rod. My name's Beast, and hello, goodbye. Just gonna go ahead and say something. I tried out Banjo today, and Smash Ultimate. It was actually quite fun. Just played against my brother, and afterwards we decided, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go for a hero Ditto. And I fucking shelled that bastard. Who is the better hero main in the house? It beat me with almost every other fucking character though. I did win with Chrom against against Dark Samus, which is impressive for me because I have a huge problem fighting against projectile characters, like fighting against Ness, Lucas, Squidlings, not Squidlings, Inklings. Just those kind of characters I absolutely hate facing. And I especially hate fighting against my brother's Palutena. Because his Palutena consists of three things. Explosive Flame, Auto Aim, and rarely Nair. So yeah, that's hell. Anyways, let's just stop talking about my suffering and start talking about my other suffering, namely this fucking lamp is still crooked. It's been exactly 1 week since I began my life at Maze Mansion. Yes, it's been 1 fucking week, and you've left it like that all the fucking time. How? How can you deal with this? I'd go fucking insane over that! Hell, I can't fucking stand it when the bottles in the like big crate we always buy like a big old thing with like 20 bottles of lemonade. And I can't fucking stand it when those bottles in there aren't like arranged symmetrically. Like fuck, that stuff has to be symmetrical. Otherwise, I can't fucking rest in peace. Anyway, let's just get going. Let's hope that this fucking thing vanishes soon. My body feels like it's getting used to my new sleeping quarters. In terms of comfort, the pillows and blankets here are miles above what I had at the dorm. I have to pry myself out of bed every morning, it seems like. Of course, as much as I'd like to sleep in, I'm living under the same roof as him. If I dare do that, I'll end up a dead man.
ほう。ベッドから転げ落ちても言葉一つ漏らさないとは。成長したな、ペイジ。
Fucking adore this theme! What was the name of this theme? Wait a second, let's open this. Like I have the goodbye soundtrack thing open here. It should be like the Bet Your Life. Bet Your Life. Also, I'm gonna fucking buy the soundtrack. I mean, sure, it's like €8 19 cents, but it was roughly the same for the Ditty Demons Are in Love with Me soundtrack. I downloaded that and it only had 4 tracks on it. This one has 40. And I'm willing to pay €40, like, not €40, I'm willing to pay €8 for 4 fucking amazing soundtracks. Actually, you should only say like 35 because 5 of the 40 are just like Goodbye Crisis short version, Namonaki Monogatari short version, I Believe in You short version, Okura no Machi short version, Unnamed Place short version. So yeah. Anyways, I think you're being thrown out of bed.
朝だぞ。さっさと起きろ。
Fuck. I want to put my headset back on and accidentally like hit the corner of my glasses, which caused them to be not on properly anymore, so I had to fix that again. Anyways, Don't even wake up. I don't even wake up this early on weekdays. Christ, I get some shut-eye on the weekends at least. Sorry, I'm getting a bit thirsty. I should have fucking downed the whole ball before I started. Apparently, hello. Oh, also, by the way, I still have like the soundtrack page open. Apparently, Hello Goodbye is of the genre simulation and what the fuck is Gelegenheitsspiel in English? Casual. Apparently, the soundtrack is casual and a simulation. But that the same thing goes for the actual visual novel. Oh yeah. Well, there's like an Aokana Steam page apparently. Wait, so Aokana isn't that Aokana like also? Didn't that also have like an anime? The thing with like the air sports where there's like 3 points and whoever does the most revolutions around them, like each time you complete like one revolution around those points, you get like 1 point, and each time you touch your opponent on the back, you get a point. There's like the types that go for speed, that try to maximize their speed with their weird flying gear to get as much rounds in as possible, and then there's those that focus on catching their opponent off guard and touching their back. I remember I was really interested in anime, so I might check out the game. Whoops. As I rub the exhaustion from my eyes, I turn to face them.
用事があって家を空けることになった。戻るのは明日になるだろう。
Okay, won't bother asking what this is for.
賢明な判断だ。
Guessing you already told me.
書き置きを残しておいた。
And do the same for me, damn it.
お前には念入りに伝えておかないとな。
I know, I'll watch over.
いざという時の対処法は心得ているな。
As long as you told me the right thing, then yeah.
それなら安心だ。しかし、もしもの時はこれを使え。
He hands me what seems to be a blueprint of the mansion. He does a security map for the place. It's a place labeled as a door when, even though from a structural standpoint, it can only be a wall. That door is located in the maze room. Is this a hidden door?
要人避難用だ。
Do they know about this?
できれば未使用のまま一生を過ごしてもらいたいものだな。
What his answers seem to indicate to me is that he doesn't honestly know. Alright, so go confirm that it's functional, just to be on the safe side.
くれぐれもお嬢に気づかれんようにな。不安を感じられても困る。
I know, you can leave now.
おい待て、本題はこれからだ。
He yanks me back off as I try to hurry back to my bed.
分かっているな。俺がいないからって。
He's probably warning me to stay alert. More than aware of what I need to do while he's gone.
お嬢に変なことをするなよ。何せ、俺が戻るまでは二人きりだからな。
Like, honest God, I just want Kaito to just grab my shoulders. Yo, is she your child or am I? Because it sure as hell feels like you're trying to tell a stranger boy to keep his hands off your daughter. No, shut up! What do you expect me to do?
ま、お前は俺に逆らった時の恐怖を一番知っている男だ。そんな度胸などあるはずもない。
And suddenly May tries something on him. Then why'd you warn me not to, damn it?
そういうことだ。留守を頼む。
After directing that intimidating glare at me for a second or two longer, he exits the room. Well then, it's just me and May in this mansion for the entire day. I think that back in it has always been the three of us ever since I moved in. School, we had Suguri Natsumi and our other classmates. This is actually the first time I get to spend alone with May. Furthermore, there's no school today, and neither of us have anything on our schedules. I could go back to sleep for a bit if I wanted, but I'm wide awake due to all the adrenaline my body is producing. Well then, what did I do today? As far as priorities go, I should probably first double check that security systems are still functioning properly. Of course, May being in her room right now means that I can't check all of them. Part of me also feels a bit guilty about going into her room when she's not there. Besides, it would be a shame to waste all of my free time on work-related tasks, seeing how my old man isn't here to watch me like a hawk for a change. It feels like I've been waiting for this kind of opportunity to be alone with her. No, I'm only here to protect her. As I tell myself off, I decided upon taking my old man's job for the day. May, are you awake? Kitake is going to be gone for the day. I can pick up the faint rustling of clothes from behind the door. I don't want to consider the possibility that my old man doesn't help her change or anything, does he? Surely not. I've now woken May up before, so the possibility simply never struck me before now. It's almost crazy to think, but she and I really are living under one roof now. She steps out, but she's hiding something with her hands behind her back. What's that, May? Smiling with a bright red face, she scampers away to go put away her dirty clothes. Just moments ago, she had been naked behind that door. I really shake my head, wanting to rid myself of the wild fantasies popping in my mind. But I'd better shape up. I would have had those thoughts in the first place had my old man not specifically given me that nonsense warning. Step to the kitchen to see what he already prepared. To see that he already prepared breakfast for the two of us. Left a note saying we were on our own for lunch and dinner. It's just the two of us, and I sitting opposite to each other. It's just the two of us, she and I, sitting opposite to each other. Strange scene for this dinner table. And it also feels quite nice. I find myself getting a bit restless for some odd reason. Hey, May. Does Kiritake normally go out like this? Okay. You think? Well, that's great for him. Having someone say that to you while looking you right in the eye is quite embarrassing, I must say. What are you doing? Following that, she walks off to take my dirty dishes and makes her way to the kitchen. Wait, I can do that myself. Such a peculiar feeling. At mealtime, my old man would always tell me to wipe my own ass, something I didn't appreciate hearing right after eating, and take up May's plates. I get it now. That's what you're going to be doing. So that it really feels like the married couple routine. After she finishes with the dishes, she scurries off towards the laundry. I enjoy sipping on my coffee as I watch her out of the corner of my eye. It's kind of feeling like the ideal house husband getting home after a hard day at work scenario. It's kind of feels like the ideal husband getting home after a hard day at work scenario, to be honest. So if I'm the husband, the wife would have to be. And it's definitely heading in strange directions today. Don't even know what a normally family life is like, for that matter. I guess what I need is something to occupy my mind. Okay, let's do this. Hey May, is there anything I can help? She's carrying a huge load of laundry in her arms. You're drying these, right? Here, let me take that. Peek into the basket and reach my hand to grab some of the clothes. Something on top catches my eye. Definitely isn't something a guy such as myself sees often. Unfortunately, by the time I realize my hand is already touching it. She slightly smacks my hand away, blushing all the while. Sorry! Oh, what I grabbed was something she wears every day. Something she could have been wearing this very morning. Yes, you guessed it. I grabbed her underwear. May is May, but even she would get embarrassed at a boy her age seeing her underwear. If anything, it's almost refreshing to see her feeling abashed. Oh, no, I wasn't looking at your underwear, I was just, I'm sorry, I won't bother you again! Watching as she set her underwear out to dry would have probably only made the situation worse. So in my embarrassment, I retreat to the safety of my room. What the heck am I doing? Flop myself down in my bed and cover my head with my hands. I'm overly conscious of every little thing ever since my old man said we would be alone. I'm only here to be your bodyguard. Though we're now living under the same roof, her attitude towards me is the exact same as it has been since I first met her. Now I've made no progress whatsoever. That dampens my spirits quite a bit. So I really am just another classmate to her. Things for me more than likely don't go beyond that. Honestly, I still don't know a lot about her, even though we live in the same house. Moving from the small boy's dormitory room to something as spacious as this is quite the change. This mansion must have no shortage of spare rooms if they were able to prepare one for me on such short notice. And to think, she has been living in this large, spacious estate with essentially only one other person. Wait a second. There we go. I feel guilty leaving her all by herself. Oh! Open the door, and to my surprise, see May standing right there. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Also, sorry about earlier. That was my mistake. Huh? A little? What?
冗談ですよ。けど、私もびっくりしちゃって、乱暴なことまでしてしまいましたし。
Girl, you saw him knock a thief, quote unquote, even though it was an assassin. You saw him knock an assassin clean out with a palm strike. I don't think a little quote unquote love tap from you is gonna do jack shit. No, you have had every right to be.
カイト君は気にしてないんですか?
Mom, no, it didn't hurt.
私の下着も気になりませんでした?
Honestly, God, I should just prepare always like a glass of water and like a towel like next to me, so every time something like that happens I can literally just drink some water and just into the fucking towel, just for the authenticity. Where the hell did that come from?
なんとなく まあ、男の子に、こういうこと、あまり聞けないですから。
Well, yeah, I hope not. It's not a situation you'd find yourself in much, if ever. Now I feel like I'm compelled to give you my thoughts on your underwear.
無理にとは。
Heck, some of my underwear was in there too. Did that not bother you at all, May?
それは、
But he doesn't know that she was, instead of hanging up the laundry, she was sniffing his underwear for 10 hours. For 10 minutes before starting. She took a bit of advice from Mew, apparently. Not Mew, Mio. Anyways. See? That's how I feel.
なるほど。
They didn't quite feel the same, I feel. Here we are, standing stock still. Stock still! Looking each other in the eyes with blushed faces. Oh, by the way, just before this recording, I actually finished file 7 of Astral Chain, and I'm having a fucking blast. I adore just the sync skill thing with the Arm Legion, where you just wear the Arm Legion and just fucking JoJo the enemy's ass. That shit's amazing. It feels so fucking good. Anyways. After taking a mental step back and looking at our situation, we both break out laughing. Laughing? I feel a lot more relaxed around her now, compared to how jittery and overly conscious I was early in the day. That's probably the same way she feels. She was even curious to know what my reaction was to things like that after all. Did the laundry, so I guess it's my turn to do something now. The chores we have to do are cleaning, laundry, shopping, and cooking. So here's the deal.
Kaito-kun?
Could you leave lunch to me? Just think of it as an apology for earlier.
本当にお手伝いしなくていいんですか?
Just sit down, relax, and maybe read the newspaper or something. Despite her sulking, she seems a bit happy. When she turns to me, eyes full of expectations like that, it makes me want to make her proud. There's a slight problem though. After inspecting the fridge, it looks like we only have enough for one meal. I have a gut feeling that my old man knew this and deliberately set this trap for us. We are now forced to go grocery shopping if we want to cook dinner. So, May. We only have enough stuff for lunch. Yeah. You wanna go shopping after we get finished eating lunch? Even just a casual invitation like that was enough to get me nervous. May had obviously picked up on that, hence her slightly awkward response. Just what is going on with us? We're completely out of whack. I told you earlier that I played Hero today, and then they threw that at me. Just that for some fucking reason, my brother insists on playing it in German, so it wasn't whack, but whoop. And thwack was schwupp. And Hocus Pocus was Risiko. As Risiko is literally just a word for risk, but they added like a couple O's at the end. Anyways. Ow, what?! I was spacing out when some boiling hot oil spat at me, bringing me back to my senses. I look and see May in front of me, holding my finger in her dainty hands. Is she gonna lick it? Skin is nice and cool. She's absolutely wonderful. Oh no, I'm fine. I like May when she smiles. I want to see her frowning like she is now. Okay, we'll cool it off. I go to the sink alongside May and run my hand in cold water.
冷たくて気持ちいいですね。
Yeah. My body temperature is rising, and it has little to do with my burn. Water trickling over my hand seems like it's trying to cool off my head as well as my hand. Her fingers feel so incredibly soft. And if that wasn't enough, I can smell a sweet feminine fragrance coming from her. Oh crap! I smell a distinct scent of burnt vegetables. After I rush and turn off the stove, we both breathe a sigh of relief.
カイトくんも意外にドジっ子さんですね。
So if you didn't expect me to be... Do I take that as a compliment?
それはご飯の美味しさ次第ということで。
Seeing the teasing smile on her face, I can't help but feel that our relationship is closer than before. After eating, we cleaned some of the rooms in the mansion before finally heading out to do our shopping. Let's start with the supermarket and go from there. Oh, hey, they have a sale going on today. I stare at the flyer I'm holding, try to come up with ideas for dinner.
カイトくん、すっかり主婦になっていますね。
Still won't let me do the laundry though.
カイトくん、そんなに下着が見たかったんですか？
Please don't look at me like that. I was only joking.
そうですよね。
So this is what it means to be chronically immune to humor. I've seen her silent, see what she means with it before, but now I'm the one falling prey to it. So we continue walking down the street, chatting merrily all the way.
タイムセールのお時間はいつなんでしょう？
I think we still got a wee bit of time to kill before then.
でしたら少し寄っていきたいところがあるんですけれど、いいですか？
Hospital? Sure, let me guess. It's the Higashimori Yamake?
スーちゃんとなっちゃんに内緒で行くわけには参りません。
Then where do you want to go?
この近くにある紅茶専門のお店です。
Oh. So is it kind of like a cafe?
試飲はできますけど、紅茶の葉っぱを売ってるだけのお店ですね。
Oh, okay.
お店の中、とってもいい匂いがするんですよ。
So, do you want to buy tea or something?
はい。いろんな紅茶の葉を集めたりしているんですよ。
I just broke my neck again. Huh, that's pretty interesting hobby. I do remember that she would always order tea whenever we would visit the Higashimori Yamake. Wait a
お家
second.
ではいつもおじさまが入れてくれますし、私が入れる時よりもずっと美味しいですから。
She really is messed up perfect. Dark is not here today, so does that mean you're gonna try making some yourself?
はい。そのつもりで新しいお茶を仕入れようかと思っています。
Nice, I can't wait to try it.
頑張りますね。
It's a small cozy little shop, but it has maps of tea leaves, kinds I've never never before seen. I'm thoroughly enjoying the bevy of aromatic scents all throughout the store. But I purposefully make a point not to try any samples, since May said she was going to make tea later. By the time we finish buying our actual groceries, it is well into the evening.
カイトくん、重たくないですか？
No worries, this is nothing.
やっぱりカイトくんも男の子なんですね。
Do you think I was a girl or something?
改めて実感しました。
She flashes a humble smile at me as she carries her cute little jar of tea leaves in both arms. The more I get used to her immunity to humor, the more I actually find myself having fun with her.
でもカイトくんにも甘えてばかりいられませんし。
Oh no, don't worry about it, seriously. I'm constantly in your care, so I at least have to be manly every now and again. Every now and then.
ほんと男の子らしいですよね。
You're a fine lady yourself, May.
そうですか？ありがとうございます。
everyone else around them would see this as flirting. Might be just a hunch, but I feel that May considers me different from the rest of our classmates. How would I describe this? Rose around me seem more flirtatious in nature, as if she's actively conscious of me as a member of the opposite sex. Yet despite that, I couldn't sense any embarrassment or nervousness from her. Now, her feelings about me likely haven't changed all too drastically in this past week, but I still can't help but wonder. What am I to her? Friend? Maybe something more.
それなら私、女の子らしく晩ご飯を作ります。
Oh fuck. No, just run! Run! The feminists are coming! No. Actually, now that I think back on it, the last time she cooked for me was when I had fallen ill with a cold. I was in a fairly miserable state back then, but the experience of having her take care of me was so wonderful that I still remember it vividly. I was happy just from the simple fact that she cooked for me. The food also tasted exceptional as well. And I guess I'll hand over dinner responsibilities to you.
はい。上手にできるか、ちょっぴり不安ですけれど。
Isn't that porridge like the only thing she could make? No, at least I think it was porridge that she made. Like, we never heard what she made, so the first thing to assume would be porridge. Anyways, never would I have imagined that a slight worry would forebode things to come. Truly, what a travesty.
ごめんなさい、カイト君。失敗しちゃいました。
Oh, looks good at least. Hopefully that goes with the taste too.
味見をしたら、なんと言ったらいいか。
Flavor too bizarre to describe, got it.
ボキャブラリーが少なくてすみません。
In her defense, though, there are some people who would have the gall to present their kitchen disaster to another person without trying it themselves first. So at least she is honest about it. And from the appearance and smell, at least, it doesn't seem too terribly bad. As I have great taste, pop a morsel of the dish into my mouth. Instantly, a taste that isn't quite appealing to my taste buds spreads throughout my mouth. I imagine she's just simply added too much or too little of a certain seasoning. Just a tip for the future: when you test the dish, you want to do it when you're adding the salt and stuff, not after.
そうなんですか?
That way you can adjust the flavoring just perfectly.
なるほど。
But, you know, the last time you made something for me, that tasted great.
あれは教会の方に作り方を1から10まで教わっていたものですから。
Oh, okay. So this is your first time cooking with no training wheels, so to speak.
はい。やはり見よう見まねではよくありませんね。反省します。
Well, might as well eat it. Be ashamed to waste all this food. Take a seat at the dining table and grab my chopsticks. Sit down too if you want.
カイト君?
Yeah, all done. Practically inhaled the dish. Right, you made this specifically for me, so it'd be rude not to eat it all.
カイト君.
Oh, I also ate your portion too, so just wait a sec. I'll cook you something nice and scrumptious myself.
本当にごめんなさい。
Don't be. If you feel bad, just work extra hard to make our after dinner tea that much better.
はい、わかりました。
The dishes were all done with, and I'm now reclining in the living room sofa, relaxing. It's when a very gentle and soothing aroma gradually begins to permeate the room. Pervade. Not permeate. Oh, he's done.
はい、お待たせしました。
He appears holding a pair of teacups and a glass pot. Oh, Wow, it looks like the tea leaves are bustling around in here.
はい。これはジャンピングといって、カイトくんにぜひ見てほしかったんです。
Sorry, I had to adjust my glasses. Aha! It's like a trick to brewing the tea? So, it's like a trick to brewing the tea. Does doing that make it taste better?
そうですね。他にも、容器をきちんと温めたり、蒸す時間を調整したり、美味しくする方法はいろいろあるんですが。
This jumping phenomenon may This jumping phenomenon they told me about ends, and the leaves begin to settle at the bottom of the pot.
けど、やっぱり一番大切なのは気持ちを込めることですね。
Sounds like something you'd say, May.
さて、そろそろいい頃合いだと思います。
Picks up the teapot and pours cups full of tea. Fruity aroma, much stronger than before, drifts through the air as she does.
では、どうぞお召し上がりください。
Thank you. Bring the cup to my lips and take a slow sip. It's a little bitter, but I like it. It smells just absolutely wonderful too.
ダージリンティーです。カイトくんが相手だからいろいろと悩んだんですけれど、初めてなので、やっぱり自分の一番大切なお気に入りの紅茶にしようと思ったんです。
Quite odd. Hearing how much consideration she put into this causes my face to heat up like a furnace.
月並みの紅茶かもしれませんが、どうでしょうか。
Delicious. Make some really good tea, May.
本当ですか。よかったです。
So, be willing to make me tea more often?
はい。もちろんそのつもりで意外な紅茶を後回しにしていたんです。
What do you mean by interesting?
私の持ってる紅茶のレパートリーを全制覇するのは結構大変ですよ。
Just make sure to expand your cooking repertoire too.
それはまだ教会の人に教わった分くらいしかありませんね。
I guess you have your refugee friends too. It's really incredible that you're such good friends with these people. That they teach you how to cook.
はい、いつもいろいろとお世話になりっぱなしです。
As far as I can tell, May's been beaming with joy. Sorry about that. As far as I can tell, May has been beaming with joy all throughout our conversation. I'm sure her refugee friends smile around her too. I can't imagine they live as gleeful a life as she does. Life is full of struggles and hardships for people in the position that they're in.
私にもっと皆さんのお役に立てる力があればいいんですけれど。
Seen her make the specific face on occasion. She always does it whenever she's grappling with something. I think those people are plenty appreciative of you, May. You go out of your way to visit them, spend time with them, and put smiles on their faces.
でも、
Wait a second. It's good enough for the present moment.
今はですか？
You search and hopefully find some other way to help them by then.
そうですよね。
After dwelling on it for a few seconds, she smiles in degrees.
今何ができるかを考えるのではなくて、何かできるようになった時、それを実現させるための心構えを持っておく。
You've thought about it that much. I think you're just fine.
こう思えるようになったのはカイトくんのおかげですよ。
Afterwards, May and I relax and chat with each other as we finish off the remaining tea.
では、おやすみなさい。
Good night, May. longest yet shortest day of my life has now come to a close without incident. So worked up over being alone with her at the start of the day. I was so worked up over being alone with her at the start of the day but I almost feel silly for worrying about over anything. It's quite a wonderful feeling. However, there's one thing this day has made me certain of. Now I'm much more aware of how important May is in my life. Even though I kick it back in my room now, all I have to do is close my eyes and I can see her smiling face. A simple romantic crush. This emotion is something much more sincere and deep-rooted. Had to have been at that moment when she showed me that earnest look in her eyes. It was when she seized my heart and wouldn't let go. It would be great if I could just keep on protecting her forever. I thought I slip into my bed. However, as long as I keep lying to her, wish will never come true. The mission will inevitably end. I'll have to leave this town. The closer we get, the more painful that day will be for us. That's why I'm focused on treasuring the present. I should be happy being able to live here and be her bodyguard. Also, that static effect is not a good sign. That's right. It would be wonderful if this life could continue as long as possible.
お前は悪いやつだな。
Hear a voice whisper in my ear. Like now I just imagine like he was lying in bed. Like now I just imagine like him just lying on his back in the middle of the bed. He just looks to the right. There's just the other character, like that typical drawing, like one of your French girls pose. Hi. How you doing? You're an asshole. I had to have been imagining it. I'm the only one in this room. Whatever, I need sleep. I need to sleep. Put blankets over me and close my eyes. Still thinking about May. Fuck you! Wait, what?
ねえ、カイト。
What the fuck's going on now? And I had just gone to the science prep room to go check for supplies a minute or so ago. Our reason for going was because we were told it had fixtures and other things that would be necessary for our cafe. On our way back, we decided to buy drinks for everyone. And right as we arrived back at the classroom, Suguri came up to me. What's up? We got one for you, by the way.
そうじゃなくてね。ちょっと来て。
What? She drags me away by the arm. What's the deal? Seriously, what's this all about?
私、早乙女すぐりが担当直入に聞きます。
To who
ポー
exactly?
ルカイト、あなたは雪代メイと付き合っている。
What?
イエスかノーか、さあ答えなさい。
No, it's plain ridiculous.
その返答の方がそんなわけがないよ。
Why? I'm not following this whole conversation one bit.
最近いつも一緒にいるじゃない。
I wouldn't say everywhere. Despite saying that, I know the truth. I have practically been with her everywhere she's gone. I'm her escort, though, so that's simply to be expected. To protect her at the clock. To do that, I have to keep her within sight as much as humanly possible. Oddly enough, I'm probably with her at least whenever we're at the mansion. I'm probably with her the least whenever we're at the mansion. The old man being there as well means I don't have to be as on guard. It's been roughly half a month since I first moved there and began this life. Well, I guess there has been some stuff going on that's led to us being together a lot.
そのちょっといろいろあってってところが気になる。
What, are you gonna interrogate me about that?
別に。でも気になるのよ。結構いろんな人が気にしてるよ。メイとカイトは付き合っているのかって。
Oh.
鈍感同士がコンビを組んだっていう。
Wow, are you calling me dense?
そうだな。かなり鈍感だ。
Yoshimitsu, where did you come from?
そうだったのか。お前ら付き合っていたのか。
Were you eavesdropping on us? I'm already getting a bad feeling in my stomach. Source of that anxiety is, of course, this goddamn bastard in front of us.
最近どうもお前と雪代の様子に結婚直後の若夫婦のようなそこはかとないたま
I'm not even gonna let him finish. What the hell, man? You're the most disgusting person on the planet!
いや悪くないぞむしろいいことだ同志としてこれほど嬉しいことはない
Well, you can take your compliment back. I don't want it.
岩清水話は聞いてた？今付き合ってることは否定されたのよ。
そうなのか
Yes, really.
そうかならもう片方に聞こ
Spins on his heels and starts walking off. Wait, hold on!
うなあ雪代
はい。何ですか？岩清水くん。
頭部と付き合ってんの結婚直前とか直後とか
I really want, like, I just want someone to punch Iwashimizu!
やめんか。
Thank you, Suguri! Suguri comes in with her feared open palm strike. From a distance, it appears as a simple slap to the face, but the internal damage it deals is devastating. You can't be fooled by appearances. Even I find myself stunned after witnessing this savage display. I imagine she wasn't quite a hurry to stop him.
カイトくん。
She looks straight at me, flustered beyond imagination. It doesn't take a genius to see that something has thrown her off balance. I understand that, but still.
こんなに戸惑ってる目見るの初めてかも。
What?
うん。これは本物ね。
Suguri nods to herself after reaching some conclusion. I, for my part, can't even say a word. Looking at May, still in panic mode, the only thought that courses through my head is that I need to resolve this somehow. Suguri's help and managed to get things under control, and we're now back to doing festival work.
夏目がいなくなったのは痛いわね。
She suddenly comments that to me as I'm looking over some photos we're using as reference for decorating the classroom. My ear is really fucking itchy and it's annoying. Look in the direction she motioned towards with her chin and see Wajimizu getting all worked up over something like an idiot again. Yeah, really. Like we've been through this a million times.
なんとかして。
Sure.
そんなに簡単に言っていいの？
No worries, I got this. Nobody's better at dealing with that rascal than me.
頼りになるわね。
Just watch. After throwing a glance back at her, I walked towards Iwashimizu. Yo, Iwashimizu!
なんだ同志
I have more than a few problems with you calling me bro. And I might have something a bro might be interested in hearing.
おほう聞かせてみせろ
Give me your ear.
いくらでも
If you can plan out all the interior decorations, I'll let you choose where the changing location is. Do I need to explain further?
クラスメイトの女子たち
I back away with that. Now all that's left is to wait for him to issue the command.
クラスメイト諸君俺たちは最近家庭の事情で来られなくなった林道の後を引き継いで内装の役目をするんだ
Like, Suguri is just gonna stand there. What the fuck did you offer him? I don't know, just make sure the girl's changed in the girl's changing room. Okay.
ここは真面目にやろうではないか
Whispers and mumbling break out among the guys. They all unanimously seem to be in disbelief that Iwashimizu of all people is taking charge. After that, he goes and whispers into the ears of each of them. Their faces light up one after another, and morale rises.
カイト、何したの？
Don't worry about it.
大したもんだわ。これなら大丈夫そうね。
Like, what did you do? I lied. If they get too out of control, I whip them back in line, so don't worry.
お願い。 それじゃ私実行委員の集会に行ってくる。大至急集まってくれって。
Is it something urgent?
なんだろうこの時期に。とにかく行ってきます。あとはよろしく。
My ears really itchy and I don't know why. See ya! Which means that the rest of these goofs are arguing like a bunch of monkeys over the dressing booth. Where it should be replaced, what it should look like, etc. Things are rearing out of control, but right as about to interfere and someone walks in. Secretary is back. She walks over to us with a dreary face.
みんな聞いて。
Hearing such an uncharacteristically downtrodden voice out of her, the whole class stops what they're doing and looks towards her. Something happened?
何もなくなっちゃった。学院祭中止だって。
Shouts and gasps of dismay erupt all at once. Why now?
台風があるからだって。無理の全体どころか、列島を覆うくらいの巨大台風が起こる可能性があるんだって。だから、灯籠流しも中止という話になってるって。
あと1週間だぞ。そんなことわかるのか？
なんでも、最近稼働したスーパーコンピューターで、大きな災害になりそうな天候予測が出たとかで。
ああ、地球シミュレーターか。あれって日本にあったんだ。
Earth Simulator, a device capable of creating simulations of global and regional climate change using computational science. It requires processing power on the levels of which only a supercomputer can offer. It was created through a joint effort between Morino and the United Provinces of Japan. It's currently being used at a facility in the research ward. It gained the attention of the world when it successfully predicted the devastating super hurricane which hit the United States. Did we skip over anything again? No, we didn't. Okay, good. I've heard of this Earth Simulator before. Takes a monstrous amount of weather data and compiles it into a simulation that can predict weather patterns on a global scale. It even managed to predict the super hurricane that hit America years back. Super hurricane! An enormous hurricane that struck the United States. It was large enough in area to completely engulf the region of Japan. This hurricane was one of the worst natural disasters the country had ever seen, causing the president to order emergency evacuations from all states in its path. They even went so far as to declare a national state of emergency. Researchers studying global warming have predicted for years that these sorts of superstorms could be an effect of global temperatures rising. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit.
学院祭中止ですか。残念です。まったくよ。
News devastates the entire class. After the announcement plays throughout the school on the intercom, I can even hear angry shouts and protests from other classrooms. People were truly excited for this year's festival. No place was that excited. No place was that excitement more apparent than in the cafeteria. I thought it was impossible for it to be any livelier than it was on my first day here. I had been proven wrong. Maybe that's why it isn't hitting me as hard as everyone else. I heard the news of the cancellation and just took it for what it was. I felt no deep emotions with regards to any of it. I felt sad. If I felt sad, it was only because it was tough seeing everyone appearing so defeated.
よし、断固抗議だ。学院側の応募を許してはいけない。俺についてこい。学院祭中止を中止させてやるぞ。
Storms out of the classroom after that bold, uncharacteristically gallant call to action. Several others, drawn in by his energy, follow after him. Does he really think he can do anything?
無理ね。残念だけど。先生たちの意志は固いみたい。学院長もいたし、中止の説明をしたのは区役所の人だったの。
Sounds like a pretty big deal.
初めは嘘と思ったけど、本気なんだって分かったわ。
She was on an the actual festival committee, so I imagine the disappointment she felt must have been far greater than the average person's. Class begins to clean up everything and gather their belongings to head home.
それじゃあまた明日。はい、また明日です。
Sorry, that was her line. Suguri waves and trots off. It's more than evident from her walking that she's feeling down at the dumps.
すーちゃん、残念そうです。
Everything does feel less colorful. Everything does look less colorful all of a sudden. When I pull up the Steam page again, it's just way brighter there. I can understand. She was putting in more effort than anyone.
はい。
Surely they're just gonna postpone it, right? Same with the floating lanterns. Can't imagine they'd just flat out not do it.
そうですね。そうなってほしいです。
She was probably among those who were most saddened by the news. I recall when she showed me her photo album and explained everything to me with a smile on her face. She wasn't able to participate as much as she would have liked to this year. But even so, she was just as excited as everyone. Experienced as May is with helping those in need, expecting her to remain unfazed, but that wasn't the case. She's feeling the brunt of this devastating news more than anyone else. Oh, May, I know what we can do.
はい、なんでしょう。
Why don't we go see the flowers?
はい。
She stares at me, blinking, confused at my sudden proposal. The storm has got to be as serious as they predict. Don't you think we might want to shelter the flowers some?
そうですね。そうです。カイトくん、ありがとうございます。私、気づきませんでした。
After arriving, we began to brainstorm ideas on how to shelter the flowers from a typhoon. This place had originally just been a place that some kids came to play before the flower garden came to be. It commanded a spacious view, but there was nothing quite there to protect it. It is located on high ground, which makes it seem like it would have good surface runoff for water. But considering how wide of an area it is, and the fact that there aren't any trees to act as a windbreak, we arrived at the conclusion that it was pointless to try anything.
枯れてしまうのでしょうか。
Don't think that'll happen. They grew to where they are now without any help from people, right? They're strong enough plants to survive a storm.
そうですね。
I'm still getting the impression that something is up with May. She's gingerly touching the leaves with her fingers, almost as if she is touching a loved one on the cheek. I need to take some back with us, just to be safe. It'd be pretty awful if the whole garden was destroyed, don't you think?
はい。そうですね。
We can't do it today, but why don't we bring some plant pots with us tomorrow or something? We'll take back all of them that we can. Her eyes stay fixated on me. Looking into those eyes, I see a deep sadness. Why exactly is she grief-stricken? I don't understand.
カイトくん。
Yeah?
カイトくんはなぜ私にここまでしてくれるのですか？
What do you mean, why? Sincerely and matter-of-factly, she asks me that question. Gaze not once leaving me for a second. I only stand there, rooted in place, as her stare mesmerizes me. Thereafter she says,
なぜそんなに悲しそうなんですか？
You mean me?
はい。
I look sad?
はい。私はカイトくんが心配です。
Am I really? Am I really feeling sadness? I was excited for this festival myself, I know. So then, if I became so attached to my happy, peaceful life here that a slight disruption is enough to make me saddened. No, that can't be. There's No way. I have no reason to feel sad in the first place.
どうしてですか？
I never felt like I was part of the school or the city either. Attachment is just something I've never felt.
愛着を知らない。
Non-response to a question. The memories stopped at 10 years ago. I've lived my entire life without any sort of past to hold on to.
はい。そうなのですね。
That's why things were so easy for me when I was where I was before I came here. Well, I had to focus on was training my body and keeping my spirit from breaking. Emotional attachment was nothing more than baggage there. And plenty of people crumbled under the immense pressure. Others aspired to suppress their emotions, to focus solely on becoming mentally and physically stronger. Whatever you did before joining the military is irrelevant. It served no use in that place. I had no trouble getting past that point. I mean, I had no past, so what was there for me to be attached to? A great advantage over the other cadets in basic training because of that. As such, I was showered in praise from all directions. I was the boy that Kititaka Shido had taken under his wing after all, so people expected talent from me. The only thing those talents could evoke from me back then was a dry smile. Wait a second. I just did whatever I was told, thinking nothing of it. That's the very reason I'm here right now, even.
そのため、どういうことのためにここにいるのですか？
To just keep doing what others told me to do. Follow orders. The order I was given to protect her. No, that's not quite right. I received that order after coming here. The reason I was sent here is because it was my mission to come here. I assumed the identity of someone named Toa Kaito and lived the life of a Tenshido Academy student. But why? What was the goal in doing that? Something I've never asked. The only thing requested of me was to live a normal life. Me, a soldier who had known nothing beyond military life, was told to live like a normal person. Since it was an order, I accepted it with no questions asked. I have grabbed some, but nobody pays heed to those in the military. Even if I wanted to go against my orders, it would have accomplished nothing. This is a mission after all. I have a choice in the matter. The order was for me to come to this town. But how did I end up here? I know I rode the monorail here, but what happened before that? Where did I get on the monorail to begin with? How did I come here? I can't remember.
カイトくん、どうしたんですか？
I can't remember. I can't remember anything.
カイトくん、もういいです。もう悩まないでください。
No, I know this. I felt this before. I know I have. But when? It was 10 years ago. It's the exact same thing that happened to me when I lost my memories all those years ago.
カイトくん、お願いです。もうやめてください。
She grabs hold of my arm, half in tears. She frantically tries to hold me in place. Almost feels like I'm about to go somewhere and she's desperately trying to stop me. Can't recall ever seeing her this terribly frightened ever before. No, there was one other time. Wait, what other time? When did I see her like this? Like that? We were running through the fires of war. War? When could it have happened? I don't remember any war. What are these memories coming to me?
カイトくん、やめてください。そんなに苦しいのなら。
Great Tenshido Bridge erupts in flames. Thick, billowing clouds of smoke rise up from the erupting fires. Remember this. May's face as she stares in horror. Pillars of fire, the dark grey smoke clouds. I've seen this before. Vividly. Wasn't Morno for some reason I got caught up in this warfare. No, I wasn't simply caught up in it. The sight is familiar. I remember it was some time before I came to Morno. I was on a certain covert mission operation. The enemy intelligence agency, we believed, had sent one of their men to Special District Morno to masquerade under the name Tobukaito, which was when our intelligence branch launched their counter-operation. Enemy Intelligence Agency, in this instance, refers to the Grand Staff Office of the Department of the Army in the Commonwealth. Our intelligence agency believed to have close ties with the radicalist faction, hence why the security department of the UPJ has had their eyes on them for years. When the enemy agency carried out a major confidential mission, the security department was able to turn the tables on them precisely because of this. They spearheaded a plan that would thwart the enemy intelligence agency's actions. The essence of this operation was that our security department would prepare an agent of their own to swap places with this Tobukaito. That agent was me. However, the mission didn't go according to plan. Something happened. Something which was unforeseen by both the security department and the enemy intelligence agency. The faction from the security department's elite unit led an armed rebellion in opposition to the plan. Operation success could have potentially been thrown into jeopardy by this one act of treason. Essentially, is to say that the life of the very person at the crux of this mission was in danger. That person was the person being me, the new Tobukaito. I had seen this attack coming in advance, so I thankfully managed to come out with my life. I had foreseen where the assailants would come from, how they would attack, and I used that foreknowledge to formulate my escape. Moved with the acute precision of a needle being led through a thread. Oh, so that's what the fuck is happening. So he actually can, like, see predictions of these things. But at the price, it seems that his memories are basically the price. All it took was one wrong step. One half step wrong. Even. And I would have come into contact with the men after my life. Planned my actions with great care, pushing myself to limit the escape from the impending danger. But after that, I lost my memories. I forgot that these people I assumed to be my allies had betrayed me. I've had this same episode before. 10 years ago. That was when. Now the past is about to repeat itself. I'm forgetting it. I'm forgetting everything. Before that happens, I have to shakily press the keys on this phone I've never seen before and type out my message. Please, I'm begging you, do not forget. No matter what you do. I can't forget again. I can't. But then, I forgot. I remembered what I'd forgotten. The memories came to me. The scene before me is one I have seen before. I was able to gain knowledge of it because before it happened. So I also know what happens next. I know the unspeakable horrors that are about to unfold here. I have to avoid that. Absolutely no matter what. I know. Take Mei's hand. In response to that, she flinches. I know it is, but Mei, we have to go. It's too dangerous to stay here. Right. So we need to get back to the mansion pronto. We absolutely can't go out into the town right now. That's the worst thing we could do at a time like this. The town's too dangerous. Natsume? But before our eyes is none other than Natsume. She had suddenly stopped coming to school during festival preparations, yet here she is now. I have to try and remember. Was she doing the future my older self had seen? Left school around when the coup d'etat happened in the Commonwealth. I was never told the actual reason for her absence. All I knew was that things were bad over there. A member of their intelligence division, there was no possible scenario in which it didn't affect her. Why is she here? I never saw this kind of future. Nowhere in my memories was Natsume standing in a position to me, gun in hand.
なっちゃん。どうしたの？
Natsume.
動くな！
Right as I make a move to pull May towards me, Natsume shouts loud enough to drown out the uproar from the city. May freezes up in fear. She doesn't know what to do when her body can't move an inch.
ねえ、こっちに来るんだ。
What are you planning to do with her, Natsume? She's with the Commonwealth military. She knows that May is the daughter of the president from a country hers is at odds with.
メイン何？それはお前の方だ。東部カイト。
How are you talking about?
東部カイト。いや、本当の名は一体何だ？お前は我が国の陸軍省特別調査室の諜報員。この森野にとっては連邦からのスパイだ。
What? Look at May. Gaze, however, is still transfixed on Natsume. Shows no sign of moving. For some odd reason, seeing that helps calm down my nerves.
日本連邦国土保安局の調査によって特別調査室と過激派グループとの二重スパイであることが判明した。
Do you say radicalist faction?
とぼけるなカイト。この事件を起こした張本人が。
I can feel the anger seething from her. Despite her hushed voice, there was rage contained in each and every word. But no, you've got the wrong idea.
連邦合衆国森野を混乱に陥れようとしているテロリストの一員。それがお前だ。偽名東部カイト。
Wait, just let me explain! I'm... Direct my gaze at May once more.
カイト君。
This time she isn't looking at me, she's looking straight at me. You can see the worry in her eyes. Think that even at a time like this, she worries about me. Even as I'm about to lose the very thing keeping her and I together, she's concerned for me. I falter. If I said the truth, how would I be able to face May later? How would I speak to her without the mask of Tobukaito to put over my face? The future that I saw, I chose to push forward with my lie. Now that I've remembered it, I know what would happen. That was my first action towards avoiding a future where I would lose May. I was scared of what would happen to our current relationship if she knew the truth. Could it possibly lead to a future where May accepts me for who I am? Would she find it in herself to forgive me for deceiving her? But is that worry not the very thing I lied to her in the first place? I wanted her to know that I'm a military spy. Just one person I was afraid of knowing the truth. That I lied about being Tobukaito. However, the person Natsume mentioned isn't who I am, or who I'm meant to be. Tobukaito was supposed to have gone AWOL after I avoided the assassination attempt using my premonitions. Since the damages were minimal, there was a high likelihood that he survived. That person isn't me. What do I do? What should I do? I'm gonna get my way out of this situation. Natsume?
なんだ。
I need you to believe me. Can't tell you who I am or why. I'm not the person you're speaking of. I have no affiliation with the terrorists.
それを私に信じろと。
I have to.
カイト。信じるとは何だ。一方的に信じろというその態度は何だ。
No, I'm just...
人はいくらでも人を信じられる。私はそう思っている。だが、それは人が人に強要していいものではない。人が人に強要したとき、それは脅しというのだ。俺を信じろだ。人の善意を何だと思っている。信じていたさ。私はお前を信じていた。お前はそれだけのことをした。信じるに値すると私は思っていた。だがお前は踏みにじった。お前にとってはただのざれ言かもしれない。その場の繕いかもしれない。だが信じたがまま善意と続けるものなんだ。お前は踏みにじったんだ。
It's just one big misunderstanding. If I were to say those words, I would be beyond the point of no return. I would allow myself to be swept away by her goodwill. She believed in me. She trusted me. That was why she said what she did. I shoot a glance back towards the burning bridge, where flames haven't weakened any at all. At this rate, the dominoes will fall one by one. The future I foresaw will be replaced with a future infinitely worse. What would happen to me? What would happen to him as well? So that is like the actual Tobu Kaito. It would all become reality. All play out as it had in my head. May, why did I tell her that lie? I'm sorry. Why did I do that to her? What reason did I have for doing it? Can't even recall that at this point. Sorry for all this, Natsume. I really am.
今さら謝る理由は何だ?
I'm gonna tell you who I am. I'm not the Commonwealth spy you think I am.
何を言って?
Slip a hand into my pocket, leaving myself completely defenseless while Natsume keeps her gun trained on me. I know full well that I could be shot, but I do it anyways. Take out a single card, an ID. You offer it in hand to Natsume.
何のつもりだ?
See for yourself where I am. Not moving her gun, she cautiously takes the card and skims it over and out of the corner of her eye.
合衆国陸軍
That's right. That card has on it my true name as well as my affiliation. Affiliation, of course, being
合衆国陸軍情報局保安部日本三国で最高峰のインテリジェンスか随分と大した所属だな
Can verify that through the card, and if that's not enough, try this. Bring myself at risk once more, and I reach in and take out my phone. Show her the name on the display screen. This is the former director of the security department elite unit, Kiritake Shido.
おじさま桐竹指導そうかあのメイの家で見かけた
He's one of the key people responsible for upholding Morino's security.
その大人物がなぜメイの家で執事を
Because he's working for the president-elect. Can attest to my identity, and my current mission is to guard Yukishido Mei. There's even a written note in the holster of my gun. I won't reach for it, but you can check it yourself.
それが証明になると
Well, if you still want to doubt me, then I'll let you kill me.
カイト君なんだとお前の任務はメイの護衛じゃないのか
After you finish me off, take her back to the mansion. I trusted you to do the right thing, Nasame.
それはいけません
Hey,
ダメですなっちゃんは人を撃ってはダメですカイト君も撃たれたらダメです
well, I'm not really in a position to do anything against that. There's a gun pointed at me. At the moment I try anything, I'm going to be shot. Believe me, May, if I had the possibility of not being shot right now, I would fucking take it!
メイ
I'm sorry I took the tension out of the moment right now. Also, this is like really sad because we went with her around just before, and now from what she said, it does sound like she actually kind of fell for him beforehand.
ダメです分かってるよ
She slowly lowers her gun. After holstering it, she directs a playful smirk my way.
お前がメイを守らないでどうする
You're right, Natsume. Thank you.
分かっていたんだ私には仮にお前を信じられなくてもお前を撃つことなど私には無理だ
Sing.
私たちはクラスメイトだろ
We are.
なっちゃんは同じクラスの仲間です私もそう思っている
Leaving us with only that as her parting words, she turns on her heel and begins walking away. So does he actually have a real name? Like, does he actually have a real name? Because up until now it felt like he literally was a no-name only called Paige beforehand. He just took that name. That's what it felt like. Anyways, I think I didn't read that line. Leaving us with only that as her parting words, she turns on her heel, and I did read that. As she does, she gives a light wave. Can't let it end on this note. I can't possibly. Natsume! Let's go to Higashimori Yamake again sometime! She stops in her tracks and turns around towards me. She's slightly smirking at me again. Her maze, but it seems on the verge of becoming a genuine smile once any second.
ああ、約束だ。
Natsume was gone now, but there was still yet another problem.
カイト君、急いで病院へ行きましょう。
No, it's far too dangerous. Readily refuse and take her hand. It may be more accurate to say I caught her hand before she was able to, before she was about to take off. After that, I tried to get in contact with my old man, but he didn't answer. There's likely a massive amount of interference in the air right now. I'm willing to bet just about everyone, including currently in the city, is trying to use their phone to contact people. Just my luck. Means the only option is to get us back to the mansion. High-tech security there makes it one of the safest places in the city right
カ
now.
イト君、あの病院にはサエコおばあちゃんたちが。
We can't. It doesn't matter who's still out there in the hospital or on Academy Island. You can't go back there, May. If you try to go back there, you could be killed. I need you to understand.
でも、だったらなおさらみんなに避難してもらわないといけません。
Getting you evacuated takes priority.
私は
May! Please, just do as I say. After I protect you, if I fail again, then I...
また
Oh, sorry. I wouldn't be able to face your father if I let something happen to you. Kititaki either. Can't let you run among the carnage and flames out there. To ensure your safety above all else. Think of all the people out there who care about you. How would they feel if you got hurt? That's why I need to keep. That's why I need you to keep living for their sake too.
カイト君、
So please, May, I need you to listen to me. The longer I'm held up here trying to reason with her, the worse the situation in town will become. Need to get moving now. Come on, we're going back to the mansion. Feel the resistance in her hand weak, and I jump at the opportunity. I pull her by the arm and run, not giving her time for an answer. Are you here? Call out for him as soon as we came back to the mansion, but there seems to be no response.
おじさまいないのですか？
Let's check around. I head to the living room, and to my surprise, find a note addressed to May. I'll be gone for a bit, won't be long. Rely on Kaito in the meanwhile. Simple and to the point. I show it to her and she nods. Understood that to mean consent to the last part. I noticed certain scribbles on a section of the note, almost like scribbles from someone testing the ink in the pen before writing. Those scribbles are actually code, recognizable to those who know about it. I doubt May would. There seems to be 6 scribbles in total, spelling out bridge. No doubt in my mind, he left because of something relating to the attack on the Great Tenchido Bridge. Which means our plan has changed. There's a good chance that he didn't pick up the phone because he was in the middle of a military operation himself. He was working behind the scenes to protect the city. In that case, the only thing I can do now is move while prioritizing May's safety. Ready to go, May? Oh, wait, 1 second. As I'm about to get going, I tell her to wait and go get some simple, ready-to-eat food out of the fridge.
カイト君、それはどうするのですか？
We need to have food and water in hand in case of an emergency. There is much that needs to be done. First, I decide to check all the security systems. Have May wait in her room, then head outside and check each of them one by one. After finishing that, it comes time to secure our escape route. I head inside and go check the hidden door in May's room, another one of the mansion's many security features. After opening the door on the wall, I found a door on the floor and opened that as well. The hidden passage beneath it should lead all the way to the outside. Originally, this house was meant for high-ranking politicians and other people of importance. There's no doubt in my mind that this door has existed since the room was first built. I sure to go inside to check that everything is safe and working properly. Good, we can use this. Set all the alarms after that to arm the managed alert system. Just getting through all of them took a fairly decent chunk of time. After that, I have May prepare a change of clothes for herself. Told her to get something easy to move in case worst comes to worst. Once through with that, I have her come to my room.
カイトくん、用意しました。これ、着替えるのですか？
No, you're fine for now. It's just good to have a set of clothes you can run in if you ever need to.
そうなのですか。
Yep. I give her a simple answer to avoid getting into details. Then I reach under my bed and pull out a attaché case. Inside of it are another gun of the same model as the one I currently have on me, some spare magazines of ammo, as well as a bulletproof vest. After inspecting each of them, I put them on in an easily accessible location.
カイトくん、何をしているんですか？
Just equipment inspection. I have to be prepared to protect you through whatever means necessary. Alright, take this. I noticed that she had wandered over to the only chair in the room, seemingly having gotten bored.
はい。これは
A gun. The thing I handed her was the bulletproof vest. It might be a little big, but you don't have to put it on this instant. Just be ready when I give the signal, okay?
防弾チョッキ。はい、すぐ来ます。
Good. She seems to be fairly nervous, so I give her a quick smile to ease her mind. Don't worry, May. I won't let anything happen to you.
はい。ありがとうございます。
Suppose that didn't work much, if at all. Sorry. Gotta use that desk for a second, so could you let me borrow that chair?
はい、すみません。
She gets up immediately and offers me the chair. I sit down, open the laptop, and check the internet connection. Damn, no connection. These terrorists managed to pull off one hell of a feat. What seems like the signal of flare for war rather than a simple terrorist attack. What happened is probably what happened is they probably destroyed the server responsible for distributing internet connection across the city. Maybe I'll try using the satellite uplink. Now we have the equipment for it here somewhere. But yeah, better not do that. Using that would be akin to shooting out a beacon, informing our enemies of our location. I can't risk that. So I have to reject the idea. Alright, I almost forgot. If I change the laptop to LAN mode and use the password my old man gave me, it can gain access to the managed security system. Okay. The detection system is still on. That's good. This way I'll be able to deal with any potential threats from outside the mansion. Alright now.
カイトくん、落ち着きましたか？
Some. I've done everything I can for now. Upon turning around, I see her sitting meekly atop my bed.
カイトくん。
Her eyes are stuck on me. Rather, maybe it would be more apt to say it feels as though she's staring into my very being. The sun has long since set. Just a simple look out of the window, and you should be able to clearly see the lights from all the destruction in town. Roughly 2 or 3 hours since we left Memorial Park, I imagine. At that time, I never paid May's emotional well-being any regard. It was a good turn for her. I even looked at her. May, I'm sorry.
何がですか？
Well, I'm continuing where I left off from earlier. I'd apologize to May if I gave my identity to Natsume. I not only apologized for the initial lie, but for layering it with more lies. I realized how much pain I must have caused her and apologized sincerely from the bottom of my heart. The guilt and worry I felt from then started to come back to me. do I even talk with her about? What can I possibly say to her in such a difficult moment like this? May, I'm...
カイトくん、私は知りませんでした。
I know I did, and I'm...
私の部屋にあんな抜け道があるなんて。
Yeah, it leads to a bunker that could withstand a few kiloton missiles, and... Huh? What? Wait, what did you say?
だからあの部屋です。森野に来てから私ずっとあの部屋で暮らしていたのに。だからカイトくんが簡単に見つけた時はびっくりしました。
She smiles with her genuine surprise evident from her voice. Oh, that.
はい。なんと言いますか。私鈍感なんです。
Come again?
スーちゃんにもよく言われてます。メイはメイのままでいいって。
Whoops.
あ、すみません。こんなこと言われても戸惑うだけですよね。はは、またやっちゃいました。
No, don't blame yourself. Nobody would ever find that door without a hell of a lot of luck. I just happened to hear about it from from Kiritake.
そうだったのですか。
Right, so it's nothing to get all worked up over. I promise you.
はい。ありがとうございます。カイトくんは優しいです。
That's gonna fucking hit him and almost break him or something. Huh?
すみません。私、男性と一緒にこんな風に過ごした経験がなくて、すみません。
No, that's my fault for not realizing sooner.
いえ、そんな、カイトくんが気にすることじゃありませんから。
Well,
いえ、
she keeps staring at me, despite her face only reddening more as a result of it. We've simply run out of things to talk about. Even though I want to say something, nothing comes to mind. She steals the occasional glance at me, then looks down at the floor, embarrassed, before repeating the process again. Heavy silence hangs in the air.
カイトくん。
Yeah?
戦争が起こってしまうのでしょうか。
The topic she brought up is far heavier than the silence! So I make sure to think this through before answering. But to make sure I give her the best answer I can. Things will have to be done to prevent things from leading to one. No, this is probably just gonna sound like a lie to cheer you up. And honestly, it's hard to imagine it actually getting to that point. And that is the truth. I know I rushed to check the security systems and made a big fuss about protecting May, but nothing happened beyond the bombing of the bridge. My memories, the bridge was only the beginning. Once it fell, chaos erupted. A hail of missiles rained down upon this peaceful land, turning it into a pile of rubble and ash. This time, things were different. The future has changed, if only ever so slightly. And I never made it back to the house in my memories. Never met my old man at the mansion, nor had I met May's father, Mr. Yukishiro. Everything's gonna be alright. First, we'll meet up with my old man, and we take care of things from here.
はい。
Huh?
今、カイトくんが親父さんと呼んだのは、おじさまのことですか？
Oh, yeah.
そうですか。
I suddenly think back on my past. How do I explain my relationship with my old man? No, that doesn't matter. There's a far greater problem in my hands right now. Say, May, are you mad at me? I've lied to this poor girl for so long. I fully expected her to be angry with me. She had every right to be.
怒っていません。でも、悲しいです。
I'm sorry.
カイトくん、大橋を壊した人たちとは違うって。
What? The bridge? Wait, let me explain.
そうですよね。びっくりしました。
Are we not on the same page here? Are you really not mad at me for lying to you, May? You can be honest. Try asking her once more.
怒る？なんででしょうか？
I mean, I lied to you. I'm not Tobo Kaito, nor some academy student. Heck, I'm not even from the Commonwealth. I'm a soldier of the UPJ. Short second after hearing my response, her face relaxes into a gentle smile. That instant, all the tension leaves my body at once.
私は知ってます。カイト君が嘘をついてきたことではなくて、私が会ったあなたは、東部カイト君という、とても優しい人だって知ってます。
Wait on, what she knew? Like, did she actually knew that he was a spy? Hey.
たとえ本当の名前が違っても、何をしても、私の知っているカイト君は、カイト君以外ありえません。
I'm really fine with that.
私は、カイト君はカイト君でいてくれれば、それでいいです。
She falters briefly mid-sentence as her gaze lowers to the ground.
私から見て、初めて会った時から、カイト君はカイト君でした。あの花畑から街を眺めて感動している姿、今でも脳裏に焼き付いています。
Fuck! She wasn't finished. I start to feel my head growing hot.
学院で会った時のカイト君、一緒に商店街を回った時のカイト君、ここに初めて来てくれた時のカイト君、全部カイト君です。
I almost have goosebumps. I'm not quite there yet, though.
だから、どんな理由で、本当はどんな名前で、カイト君が自分は何者と思っているのか、私は知りません。でも、今まで会ってきたカイト君は、私にとってのカイト君です。
What is she saying? She knows nothing about me. Absolutely nothing at all. Yet, she claims to know who I am. I'm Kaito to her, and she can declare that without a shred of doubt. Her faint breathing and the slight blush on her cheeks, they almost serve to prove how passionate she is about this. Not knowing what to do, I reach out and touch her cheek.
カイト君？
Gently brush her cheek, also raising her soft hair in the process. I imagine my face is just as red as hers, if not more. Fully aware of that, but I can't stop myself now that I've started.
カイト君、私、
If I'm Kaito to you, then you're made of me. Shirome, nobody else.
はい。私は、雪代メイです。
The way she so honestly answers is absolutely precious. And I love that Yukishiro Mai. The girl who looked at me. And the girl I'm touching right now. Wait. What did I just... That was way too abrupt. Of course it was. She was so calm just a second ago, and yet now she's stuttering her words. We had a good mood going, and May was finally starting to calm down some. And I had to go and ruin everything by saying that. Still though, I'm the person who's most surprised. I guess that's just how it was. Since I first met her in the Flower Garden, part of me has harbored feelings for her.
私も、カイト君が好きです。
I was just about to click.
嬉しいです。カイト君が好いてくれて、嬉しいです。
May, she called me Kaito. That isn't who I am. My lie hasn't changed. All she said was that she loved me for who I am. I'm happy. So happy, but...
私はカイト君が好きです。カイト君を愛しています。
Do I deserve your love? I'm not Tomokaito, yet still call me by that name.
本物のカイトくんじゃなくても、私の知ってるカイトくんはカイトくんです。それとも自分がしたくないって思ったことにも嘘をついていたんですか？
No, I've never once thought that. That much I can guarantee.
そうですよね。カイトくんが花畑で本当のことを言った時の表情、とても苦しそうでした。カイトくんはそれがいいことだと思ってついた嘘だったんですよね。
Been read like a book by this girl. There isn't a single part of her that's dense. How many people in the world could possibly read a person's actions and to the extent that she has?
なら問題はないと思います。あなたはこれからもあなたであればいいと思います。
Feel those very words of hers, healing the wounds in my heart. This girl in front of my eyes, Yukishiro Murray, is my salvation. But just a lowly soldier, you're the president's daughter on the other hand. Under normal circumstances, we would have nothing to do with one another. Would she ever come to regret falling in love with me? Can't say for certain that she wouldn't. Can you say with absolute certainty, May, that you wouldn't end up regretting falling in love with me? Do I really deserve to have you all to myself? For reasons unknown to me, she smiles upon hearing my question. Never before have I seen a smile more angelic. Just the simple sight of it is enough to fill my heart with joy.
もしもカイトくんが抱えてるその迷いが過ちだったとして、過ちの原因が愛なら、それは素敵なことだと思います。
This mistake she's referring to. Is she referring to our drastically different social standings? Or alternatively, would you be referring to my lie? Mistake that came about through love.
はい。
You think that's a lovely thing?
はい、素敵です。それだけ相手を大切に思っているから考えて悩むんだと思います。
I love you, May.
私もカイトくんのことが好きです。
Reach out and stroke her cheek.
どうしました？
Her cheek is really soft.
そうですか。そう見つめられると照れます。
Love you when you're embarrassed too.
カイトくん。
Can I kiss you?
はい。
Slowly bring my mouth to hers. What the fuck are you doing to me? What the fuck, old man? Oh, I forgot. She flinches after I say that.
はい。
Close her eyes first. Just focus on the kiss, nothing else.
はい。
Her eyelids slowly close, concealing her vision. Those big round eyes are now locked away. Holding my breath, I place my lips over hers. I can feel her breath right upon me. Just that fact alone sends my pulse soaring. Gently remove my lips and whisper in her ear. Hey, don't open your eyes yet.
はい。
I kiss her again. The second kiss lasts a slight bit longer. I whisper to her again after the second kiss.
はい。
You can open your eyes now. Admit having her stare at me with those gorgeous eyes of hers really does set my heart racing.
キスしてしまいました。
Mm-hmm.
私初めてです。これで合ってましたか？
You think you didn't?
わかりません。
Same here. I just tried to do it like they do in moves and stuff. Wait a second. She smiles and giggles a bit. That alone is enough to lift my spirits. Hey, you laughed just now, didn't you?
すみません。つ
You didn't?
い、こんなこと、男の子に言うのはどうかと思うのですが、
Okay.
今、少しだけ、カイトくんが可愛いって思ってしまいました。
She may be the only girl that I've seen in any show that had the goal to call a soldier, spy, and bodyguard cute. If anyone is cute here, it has to be her.
すみません。
I've always thought you were cute, man, even before today.
ありがとうございます。
She blushes and fidgets around. Perfect. Looks like I managed to get her back. She keeps looking at me, a dazed expression on her face.
カイトくん、
Yeah?
また、抱きしめてください。
Sure thing.
カイトくん、大好きです。
Can I kiss you one more time?
私も、してほしいと思いました。
Like they're just kissing, and out in the window you can just see a fucking missile barrage land in the city. I see. Our lips meet once more. These kisses felt like they were proof of our newfound relationship. And then they fucked. Like they didn't have sex. They fucked. I guess I drifted off at some point. As my vision comes back into focus, I find myself in a familiar room. A rather familiar room. It's the mansion of the Yukishiro family. Naturally sleeping next to me is... I whisper to her, wondering if she's awake, but I receive no response. Slowly get out of bed and make sure not to make a peep as I walk. Put a blanket over me and then go open my laptop. Put up the security system overcheck the overview to check and see how everything's operating. Good, they all seem to be still up and running. As much of a relief as that is, I know that I can't rely entirely on technology. I think I'll go out and survey the area. Go check for my gun, and that's when I see it. I see a man behind the glass at the window. Who are you?
よう、頭部カイト。
The person from back then.
あの時いつだいつを
Can't answer.
答えることもできまい。お前には俺が何者かなど答えることもできまい。
You're...
お前は頭部カイト。なら俺は誰だ
What's your game here?
お前も頭部カイトなら俺も頭部カイトかもしれない。
Are you? No, it can't be.
まさかで正解？真っ逆さまで大正解？俺がお前でお前が俺でそれでいいか？
You're not making any
エ
sense.
ッグマンでもハンプティ・ダンプティでも誰でもいい。俺たちにとってはお互いがジャバボックかもしれない。
Alice in Wonderland. No, looking through the through the looking glass?
あるいはトゥイドゥルダムとトゥイドゥルディの関係を所望か。よかろう、それもよかろう。
Just talking to yourself.
会話？そんなことどうだっていいじゃないか。ただお前がそうだと言えば俺は違うというだけだからな。
So you're just here to play devil's advocate with me?
ただの天の弱か？違うな。会話に意味はないが言葉には意味がある。違うか？
He's talking to himself. If there actually is meaning to what he's been saying, then I would be able to fight back. All he's doing is rebuking me, laughing at me, and taunting me like some joker. It's the kind of thing a person does to get inside someone's mind. By provoking them further and further, they remove that person's capability for rational thought.
そんなことどうだっていいじゃないか。俺はただ違うというだけだからな。
Whether I care or not depends on how you answer. You've had your time to play around, now it's my turn to ask the questions.
いいぜ。嫌だがいいぜ。
What are you plotting?
企む？何を？ただ漫然と生きているだけで企むなどという高尚なことはできはしない。俺もお前もな。
This is all far too vague. Everything surrounding both him and me.
ただはっきりしていることは違うか？
What?
お前は頭部カイトになった。俺は違う。
He sneers at me. I have no idea what has him so delighted. What was he trying to say? He's gone. Where did he go? I pulled out my gun and rushed towards the door. After locking and loading my pistol, I pull out a hand mirror to check the hallway. After confirming that it's empty, I point the muzzle of my gun towards the mirror's blind spot and leap out into the corridor. Sprint forward and down the flight of stairs. He's gone. Gone without a trace. Did he escape? Or is he still hiding somewhere? No. Part of me can feel it. Me and I are the only people in this mansion right now. I'd like to attribute that to my sharply owned instincts, but I know it isn't that.
カイト、無事だな。お嬢は。そうだな。まさかこんなに早く使うことになるとは思ってもみなかった。
Fuck?
カイト、ここを出る準備をしろ。
What the fuck? I know what will happen next. I know what's going to come in the mansion next. I can see what's going to happen. So this is the future I can see. Back during the raid that almost took my life, I was safe because of my ability to see the future. But I lost my memories after that. Why have I regained this power? Why now? Is it because I'm now Tobu Kaito? No, it can't be. I should have no need to be that Tobu Kaito person for that. I no longer have to wear his mask. I can be myself now. May's the one who taught me that. But still. May's acknowledgement proves who I am.
お
Still.
前は頭部カイトになった。俺は違う。
What is that cryptic message supposed to mean? What is being Tobu Kaito supposed to mean? I haven't become anything. I haven't changed who I am. So I'll keep protecting May as I have been. Protect the girl that acknowledged me for who I am. So for that, to accomplish that, I'm still here in the city of Morino. Why am I here though? It's because I've seen it. I glimpsed into the future. First, my old man will return. Next, there will be someone else? Oh, wait. These terrorists. Are they the ones who attacked the bridge? Fortunately, my ability is limited to the future. Can't see anything they've done before present time. So I know there's something that is going to happen. On their way here right now, I know this to be true. That's the kind of stuff I've been seeing all this time. I wonder if I've ever had the same thought before I came to Morino? Having seen this, I now have this feeling. Like I've lost something incredibly important to me. It isn't just a hunch, though. Those things I lost were probably my memories. And I've lost them. I don't know what memories exactly were lost. The fact remains, they're gone. Like someone took a chisel and chipped away part of my memory. And the more I glimpse of the future, the more of my memories will likely be chipped away. They're gone. Among what was lost was my own name. Lost my path in life. Still, I have to use this ability. Without my power to read the future, I won't be able to protect this place. Probably only know that because I've already seen what's to come. Maybe this is what enlightenment feels like? Strange feeling, to say the least. My earthly desires for Yukishiro still being this strong, though. I'm probably a long shot from being any sort of Buddha. Time to wake up, May. After flinching slightly from me brushing her cheek, her eyes slowly flutter open.
カイトくん、おはようございます。
Still half asleep, she gives a faint smile. Having her stare at me so happily was a little embarrassing. It's morning, time to get up. My old man is coming back. He'll be here in a bit, so get ready. Also, I almost tell her about the armed intruders, but quickly use my better judgment. I don't want to frighten her.
はい、着替えます。
Okay, I'll be waiting downstairs. Still a quick glance in her direction. She's just as embarrassed as I imagined. Seeing that, a smile naturally creeped its way onto my face, and I leave the room. Right as I'm walking downstairs, he walks through the front door. You're back.
カイト、無事だな。お嬢は。
She's upstairs right now. She'll be down any
どう
second.
やらセキュリティシステムを活用しているようだな。よくやった。
It was a good thing you explained them to me beforehand.
そうだな。まさかこんなに早く使うことになるとは思ってもみなかった。カイト、ここを出る準備をしろ。
Why?
ここも狙われる可能性がある。お嬢を連れて移動する。
It might already be too late.
何？
But how far into the future was that scene I saw? I don't know. But I do know one thing. They're going to arrive right as we're about to escape. Leaving isn't an option, so we need to focus on formulating a counterattack.
どういうことだ？
Hostiles are incoming.
セキュリティに引っかかっているのか？
No. But in the next 10 minutes, a bunch of armed hostiles will be at our doorstep, and I don't think they'll give one damn about our security system. We don't have time to leave before they get here.
隠密行動を取る必要のない連中ということか。隠し通路は？
Look to my memories of the future for an answer. They hadn't found the passage, but it would do anything to minimize the danger we're in. But it won't do anything. No, but it's not an option. You should know how skilled the people we're up against are.
保安部実力部隊か。
Afraid so. I nod. A little upset he didn't even need a hint to get that. People coming here are the elite unit from the United Provinces of Japan Security Department. They're a group with relatively little recognition, but in terms of sheer ability, they compare to some of the world's finest special forces teams.
保安部は今機能していない。可能性ならばあり得る。
Never cease to impress. I'm already well aware of their capabilities, but my old man is more familiar with them than any person on the globe. After all, he was the one who created that unit.
それら全ての根拠は？
All I can say is intuition. All I can really say is intuition. You wouldn't possibly believe me if I said I could see into the future. I didn't already know that the scenes I saw were from the future. I would have adapted them too. It felt almost like an illusion, or alternatively, a waking dream. Still though, I know. What I saw was undeniably reality. Conviction as strong as mine doesn't require solid proof.
わかった。信じよ
Really?
う。俺が持っている情報の延長線上にお前の勘がある。奴らの目的は幸城大統領の娘だ。
Right then, May comes down the stairs.
おじさま、お帰りなさい。
There is no way she didn't overhear our conversation. She doesn't seem in surprise or any sort of shock. She simply stares at us with a solemn expression on her face. We have 10 minutes to prepare to intercept them. We leave the security system to my old man and have May enter the hidden door in her room. I make sure to tell her not to go any further in, however. I'm from what I foresaw, it wouldn't be there wouldn't be enemies awaiting her. Still, there's no such thing as being too cautious in a situation as dire as this. Take this with you, May. I hand her a school bag.
これは
It has 2 days worth of food, a portable toilet, as well as a hand crank charger.
は
You'll need it if you end up trapped somewhere.
あ、はい。
She takes the supplies with no questions asked. Go on in now. I don't like this! Remember what I told you. The shortcut is in there's last resort. Just stay right behind this door.
はい。
Directly behind the door is a hidden room. It's a tiny shelter with enough area to hold one person. Shelter. There exists a shelter just large enough for a single person behind the hidden door, and an even larger shelter underground after passing through the secret passage. A single-person shelter was only a temporary measure to avoid attacks from planes or missiles, with the underground one being an actual full-blown air raid shelter that possesses enough space to hold an even greater amount of people, such as everyone who had come to the mansion for the party a while back. It skipped over something again. The elite unit of the security department. Though relatively unknown by name alone, they are a group of elites on par with the most famous special forces around the globe. They are a squad who has received special training and equipment, who are sent on special ops that normal units wouldn't be able to handle. The security department has skilled personnel capable of doing everything from counterterrorism ops and strategic assaults to psychological warfare and intelligence gathering. I know it's only a small consolation. At the very least, she won't be injured here. She had the bare minimum to ensure survival.
カイト君、私はここで待っていればいいのでしょうか？
Yeah, right there.
カイト君をですか？
I'll come back for you, I promise.
はい。待ってます。
Oh my god, he's gonna come back and she'll be gone because the other Kaito got to her first. Won't be long. It's about 20 minutes or so.
はい。ここは暗いので、早く迎えに来てください。
I know. Don't want to leave you all by yourself.
はい。私もカイト君を一人にさせません。
Thank you. That's reassuring.
よく言われます。私がこう言うと心強いって。
Just because you are, May.
だから早く戻ってきてください。
I will. Don't you worry.
はい。待ってます。カイト君を待つのなら、どれだけ長くても待てます。
I will. I imagine she herself is fully aware of the contradictions in her words. She must have not been able to stop herself from saying it. This could very well be our final farewell. Depending on what happens in just a few minutes from now on, from now, we could never see each other again. If I keep using my ability to see the future, there's a chance I could forget her, all the time we spent together. Might not even be able to hold off the people who've come here after her. Everything's gonna be alright, May. I hope I'm able to muster a genuine enough smile for her. Am I smiling because I truly believe we'll see each other again? Am I managing to convince her of that? I'll see you soon.
はい。必ず。
After that brief exchange of words, I slowly bring the door to a close. May is no longer within my sight. It's just beyond those thick doors. I've seen enough of the future at this point to start losing my memories. That's why she's there. So then what purpose is there in that? Now that's something I have to decide, right here, right now. Even if I lose every last memory, I will protect her. The old man is waiting for me back on the first floor. I've successfully hidden May in the secret room. What's the situation like looking like on your end?
セキュリティに変化はない。だが、セキュリティに引っかかった瞬間に銃弾が飛んでくるだろう。
God only knows how long it would take law enforcement to get here once the alarm alerts the authorities. Considering what happened with the bridge, I doubt we're their number one priority. If these intruders are a fully armed squad of a dozen or so men, as we believe, they would more than likely be able to accomplish what they set out to do before help arrives.
問題は我々がどこで迎え撃つかだ。考えてみたが、物量人数ともに圧倒的に足りない。
What can we do then?
向こうが知らない情報がある。それはお前が今ここにいることだ。
Yeah, I figured that.
敵の強引な方法はこちらの戦力を完全に把握しているがゆえの作戦だろう。ならばその勘違いをつく。
Which means we want the surprise attack then.
そうだ。俺が攻める。カイトはサポートに入れ。
This man never changes. I've always just been another soldier to him. I wouldn't honestly have it any other way. The enemy is blatantly planning a full frontal assault. However, this doesn't mean that they'll only attack from one direction. More than likely, they'll station a few of their men to block off any escape routes and surround the mansion and burst through the front door. This is the standard procedure for securing buildings in the Elite Unit's manual. Standard procedure for securing buildings. Depending on the objective in securing the building, required actions can change. The enemy unit was expecting a counterattack in response to their raid, were acting accordingly. In this case, they could expect themselves to be dealing with an enemy who had barricaded themselves within the building. That meant they needed a blitzkrieg strategy that focused on speed rather than proceeding with caution. Hence, their goal was not complete control of the mansion. In fact, they would probably have left within minutes after accomplishing the mission. Kaito had been put through a great deal of training on how to extract high-value targets that he was able to predict on how to extract high-value targets that he was able to predict how they would carry out their mission. Which is why I make a decision. We can't, that won't work.
守るか。守りきれる戦力ではないのは明白だ。
I know, but I have a plan. I'll make use of my premonitions to neutralize every last one of them. Our enemies are an elite squadron. They have the skill and coordination to take down any enemy. Instead, we'll be the aggressors and turn the tables on them. I'm gonna go and try to neutralize as many as I can. So I want you to cover for me. I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's my intuition telling me so.
死ぬ気はないのはわかる。だが。
You have to understand, this is our only shot. Heaves a heavy sigh.
老いたのかと思ったが違うな。お前が変わったのか。変わりすぎだ、息子よ。
Hey, you're no old fogey just yet. That's why I need you to have my back.
わかった、受けよう。だが、目的は見失ってないか。
I have full-on goosebumps right now. Because this honest to God feels like he's just officially like acknowledging him. Like it didn't feel like he didn't acknowledge him at all before. It was just like he basically acted like he didn't, as a way of like showing his love, I guess. Like he didn't not like Kaito. Like he did care for Kaito, but his utter lack of that care was just so he could grow to be a strong soldier or something like that. That's what it feels like to me. And that basically just felt like the moment where he realized like he's reached the point where he no longer needs that kind of stuff. Like he is now a man that Kiritaki can be proud of, basically. That just gave me fucking goosebumps there. No, protect May at all costs.
見失っているぞ。そして、お前の身も守ることだ。
After brief consent to the plan, he hands me the grenades and ammo he'd prepared.
これで全部だ。頼むぞ。
I know.
ペイジ
Yeah.
大きくなったな
Where's this coming from? He extends his hand to me. This isn't him asking for a handshake. Something he would often do to me when I was a kid. Something that I always hated. He's trying to ruffle my hair.
いやもう頭部カイトだったなよし行け骨は拾ってやる
Right. I shut my eyes. And reactivate my Foresight. By the looks of it, their assault is going advantageously. Oh! Nice! That's what I wanted for the other one! Like, this is what I wanted for the Natsume one when they showed the science center there. I'm counting 11 of them in total. I have confirmation that exactly that many men are taking part in this raid. Their ranks are also split precisely as outlined in the manual when securing buildings. Okay. Their weapons of choice are MP5s and M4 carbines, both modified to compact versions for special ops. Those weapons are the best weapons one could use for a scenario like this. A few others are behind the main ranks, waiting and hiding as support. They're scattered among the garden of this mansion. There isn't any sort of high ground in this vicinity, though their positions should be relatively close to the mansion. According to my foresight, backup soldiers will move in ways that make them an easy target for me. Should be able to pinpoint their exact locations from where the bullets are coming at me from. Judging from their movements, I now estimate that there are at least 4 in backup. Which means I have to revise my previous assessment. There are 15 in total. This means as many can take the mansion with ease. Now that I've ascertained the total number of intruders, I can figure out their plan of attack. Their attack patterns are growing exponentially. Trying to do anything solo would put me at far too great of a disadvantage. That being said, there is one trick I have at my disposal. Capitalize on the fact that they won't be expecting any sort of offensive attack from our side of things. I'll avoid the frontal area and slip out from the rear. From there, I'll take out the enemies each individually. Doing the third one, however, will lead me right into the hornet's nest. The enemy, by some chance, happens to start their attack earlier than my premonitions, and I'm even more screwed. Assaulted by an awful headache and my consciousness starts to blur. I desperately try to keep myself afloat. The scene from the future I experienced felt much too real. I was lit up by a hail of gunfire, and I even feel the distinct pain from the bullets ripping into my body. Even though they were only phantom wounds, the agony I felt still very much real. Not yet. Still gotta keep searching. I reactivate my foresight. I have to go through every possibility. What choices are there? In what scenario are we the last ones standing? It's something. Alright, I'm ready. I finally gathered all the pieces I need to eliminate all 15 enemies. This plan calls for incredibly precise movements on my part. There is no room for error whatsoever. Also, there is one more element to my plan. Going in after a flashbang. Back me up.
Oi!
I run to the entrance and throw open the door and dash outside. In that very instant, I gain visuals on the enemies waiting there. I take out 2 flashbangs and lock them in their general direction. After that, I close my eyes shut. I adjust the barrel of my handgun by a few millimeters and fire off 2 shots. Swinging my arm to right, I fire off 2 more shots, followed by another 2 after adjusting my line of sight even further rightwards. I pull out my secondary handgun using the hand I threw the flashbangs with and let off 2 shot bursts in 4 more locations. I unleashed bullets in every location I'd seen enemies in through my foresight. Thanks to the flashbang and the continued gunfire, their movements have started to change. The entire group was thrown into disarray. You can already see the four backup members coming up there. So, oh my god, I'm gonna guess this one, then these two. After I finish my bullet spray, I sprint even further forward. A hail of gunfire flies towards the location I was standing at just moments ago. Not even 10 seconds have elapsed since I began. For now, I've managed to eliminate the 8 hostiles who were going to storm the mansion from the front. I run through the underbrush towards the men I'd just shot, pick up one of their submachine guns and take cover. Meanwhile, I shot a glance back towards the mansion, where I see my old man watching from inside.
Oh my.
You magnificent bastard. After lip-reading the words coming out of his mouth, I can only force a sardonic smile, a sardonic grin. It was rough getting this far. I imagine my old man would be able to pull this off a lot cleaner if he hadn't foreknowledge of our enemy's movements. I use hand signals to relay information to him. Immediately following, I give some suppression fire for my old man, unleashing a hail of bullets from my SMG as I make a dash for the mansion. He catches on to my command quickly and storms out the front door. He's going to be taking care of the 4 hostiles assuming the rear position behind the mansion, who are by now well aware of what's going on. Thanks to the cover provided by my SMG fire, he makes it to a secure location that he can strike from. By the time I make it through the front door and the dimension, he's already eliminated the 4 hostiles. This makes 12 down. I've completely disoriented the group's chain of command. The real battle only begins now. If I made it past the stage in any of my premonitions, it would always be down by a certain attack by the enemy every time. Last enemy standing would start lobbing grenades towards the mansion. The rest of the squadron being wiped out meant he could act without fear of friendly fire. Considering that they are an elite squad, their objective coming in could have only been one thing: kidnap the president's daughter, Yukishiro Mei. At this point, however, their objective changes. Now it becomes to eliminate Yukishiro Mei. My job, starting from this point onward, is to find a way to prevent that. I have to find the correct path to that objective among the many presented to me. Right after I hear my old man fire his 8th round, that is when I find my answer. Exit the entrance of the mansion again. I don't run, instead walk. Take a casual stroll as I spray bullets from my SMG. He is just posing on them! I can only imagine the look that'll likely be on my old man's face after he finishes neutralizing his 4 targets. This would be a suicide run, even for someone of his caliber. My surprise attack is effective. Now gain visual confirmation that I've attracted the attention of the one with the M203 grenade launcher equipped to his rifle. I already know where the rest of his friends are located. Bullets rain down upon me from their locations. With each step I take, I search for the correct path to get us out of this mess. I search for the next step required for me to take me there. I wince as one of the bullets grazes my hair. The inside of my head starts to boil and I feel my consciousness slowly slipping away from me. Keep my head together through willpower and pull out a pistol in each hand. I have to use my foresight even now. Even the slightest error spells instant death. In the midst of this life or death situation, I keep my movements quick and efficient. I regulate the movement of every single cell within my body. Move around, gaining visual confirmations on each safe location given to me through my foresight. My every motion calculated down to the minutest of scales. Now take 10 steps since leaving the entrance. Taking another 8 steps, braving through the rain of gunfire before readying my pistols and firing. I put bullets in both shoulders of the man with the grenade launcher. Just getting to that had taken several hours of simulations in my head. The old man, taking notice of what I've done, quickly eliminates the remaining hostiles. With this, we've now succeeded in neutralizing all 15 of them. It hasn't even been but 10 or so minutes since I left the mansion initially. Just as I was on the verge of collapsing, he lifts me up and brings me back inside the mansion. Mind fuzzy, I take in huge breaths of air to send oxygen to my brain.
ペイジ、お前、一体何をした？
He of all people shouldn't be surprised, especially considering his deathly precise movements in the middle of that shootout. It's all over now. The leader should have been among one of the last ones you took out. If you could take care of disarming them, that'd be great.
わかった。お前は休んでいろ。
That he exits the mansion. I feel as though my consciousness is slowly being whittled away. Darkness starts to creep in, hungering for my memories. No, not yet. Still have to let May know. Kitaki Shido leaves the match, pistol in hand, to track down the enemies that still remain living. Some had their shoulders destroyed, others their arms or legs, but none were killed in action. More than likely, Kaito had kept each of the targets he neutralized alive.
あいつ。
Shido finds himself in awe at how magnificently well the boy he'd raised had carried out this mission. A member of Special Forces could never simply neutralize a target and call it a day. There is always something to be gained after confrontation, and every capable soldier had to excel at not killing their target. A living person can provide a wealth of information, whereas a corpse, needless to say, can't speak.
さて、尋問だな。
The man he has before him is the man who seems to be the leader of the group, both his arms had been destroyed.
洗いざらい吐いてもらうぞ。
I've made it to her room. The inside has changed some. Or no, I've just forgotten what it looks like. I noticed a tea set on one of the shelves. I know she received it on her birthday, but who gave it to her? You know that she received that cabinet on her birthday too. I remember that, but nothing else. I swallowed the names that were caught in my throat. The darkness envelops me. That's right, it's her. The girl that I lied to. I regretted the fact that I lied to her. I know that I've changed the past, but I still can't help but regret it. I felt bad about it. I always thought about apologizing to her. She might frown upon hearing me apologize. Or she might smile and forgive me. I didn't care what she did. I just wanted to apologize. I wronged her. I'd wronged that poor girl who was trying her hardest to live an honest, fulfilling life. I was... what was it she called me?
頭部カイトだろ
I draw my gun. Right before me is him. It's you.
俺か俺は誰だ
What?
俺はお前だ頭部カイトかもしれないし
Looks pissed.
違うかもしれない
Like he was pissed! Like just Jesus fucking look at his eyes! So it isn't the original Tokaito, it's literally just something in his mind. What the hell are you saying? My name is... What's this Tokaito? I know I've seen the guy standing here before. We met right before this whole commotion began. Then, was he lurking around somewhere in the mansion during all of this? I know I met him sometime, much longer ago. When was that? He was in the middle of some hellscape, raging flames lashing at his skin. Should have shot him back then. If I did, I could have avoided this confrontation. The girl whose name I can't remember, she wouldn't have had to live through this nightmare. So you're the one responsible for all this.
俺がそれは傑作だ
I'll shoot.
撃ってそれからどうする
I'll shoot you until you stop moving, and it'll all be over.
俺を撃つことでお前は頭部カイトとしてのアイデンティティを得られるのか
Is that literally just an identity that feeds off of his memories? Is that literally just some weird entity that gives him future sight in exchange for the memories? I don't want anything from you. This is a gun. Guns are tools meant to kill people.
そうか分かってるじゃないか撃てよ頭部カイト そして奪われろ。
You don't have to tell me. Sense of irritation mixes in with the feeling of my memories being erased. All I have to do now is pull the trigger. As my barrel is aimed on the person standing before me, the bullets will do the rest of the work for me. It's the same thing that I just got finished doing. This time, I wouldn't be neutralizing my enemy. I would be aiming to kill. I could go with his forehead, his chest, his neck, maybe all of them. Huh? I hear a vaguely familiar voice. Who is that?
どうした？撃たないのか？
Oh, don't worry, I will. But someone's calling to me. There it is again. Oh, he is actually like asleep. Like this is like in his mind currently. Strain my ears to listen closer. Focus entirely on hearing what this person is saying. Who is Kaito? Right, that's the alias I used. But who would be calling me that? Has a pleasant ring to it. Feels so nice to hear this person call me by that name. I'm Kaito. Tobu Kaito. Her name is Mei. Yukishiro Mei. Mei, where are you?
おい、忘れてないか？俺。
Didn't forget. I keep my gun trained on him. My finger is still hooked around the trigger. I won't let you kill Mei, you bastard.
殺させない？見当違いも甚だしい。俺は殺さないぜ。殺すのはお前だ。さあ、殺すといい。それでお前が得られるのなら。
Won't let you kill Mei. Right as I'm about to pull the trigger.
そこには誰もいない。いないの。
What? Person's figure grows hazy, then gradually fades away. What the hell? It can't be. The person just here was an illusion? No, there's someone there. Someone. I remove my finger from my trigger. Slowly lower my gun. The person standing before me is none other than her.
Kaito-kun.
Mei. It's Mei. I hadn't been able to see her, only hear her voice. But I know now. When I had pointed the barrel of my gun at, finger on the trigger, was Mei. I was almost about to kill her. She was the one I had directed my rage and fury towards, not him. My body starts to shake violently. I was moments away from pulling the trigger. Damn it! Stop! My body won't stop shaking. It's so excessive that I can't even hold my gun.
Kaito-kun, 大丈夫ですか?
She reaches her hand out towards me. The hand which I should have been holding. Hand which I should have taken. Won't ever let go of it again. So I reach out my hand and take it. Oh, Mei. Thank God. No matter how long I hold on to her hand, the shaking won't stop.
Kaito-kun, ありがとう.
Don't say that. I had my gun pointed at you. I almost did something I could never take back. If I lost everything, she was one thing I didn't want to lose. I almost killed her with my own two hands.
Kaito-kun, よかった.
I can feel warmth permeating through me as she squeezes my hand. Gradually, the shaking subsides. It's the purest being on this earth. I swear on it. I'd sworn to myself that I would protect her. She had saved me instead. My faded memories start to come back into focus. They hit me like rays of warm sunlight. Satomu Suguri was the one who gave her that tea set. Rindo Natsume was the one who made those shelves for her. The girl reaching her hand out to me right now is Yukishiro Mei. Memories of the time we spent together come rushing back to me. Mei. Thank God.
Kaito-kun, 怪我は?
No.
よかった
She brings me into a warm embrace. I feel as though I could fall at any moment. I have her there to support me. I'm absolutely pathetic. She shakes her head slowly. Thinking that reaction fills me with joy.
よかったカイトくん本当によかった
That sigh of relief sinks into the very depths of my heart. Every time she says the name Kaito, my body feels a bliss like heaven on earth. Thank you.
はい私もカイトくんが来てくれて本当によかった
I suddenly remember. There's a reason why I came here. We're leaving now, May. You won't need any of your belongings, so let's go.
はい
She releases me from her embrace and steps back. What's that? Picking up the hand gun I threw down earlier, I take May's hand and start running. Hey, what just... Rushing down the stairs, I can tell something isn't right as soon as I see my old man's back. In normal circumstances, he would never let anyone get the jump on him. But right now, he looks like a sitting duck.
おじさま
His eyes flip wide open when he sees the man lying on the floor next to him.
お嬢、こっちを見るな。
After taking note of our presence, he hides the man's face. The man is clutching a pistol in his hand, and judging from the blood splattered on his weapon, I'd say this was a suicide. My old man had covered the bullet wound. What happened here? He looks at me, then looks at May. After a brief second, he looks to the floor. This is strange behavior for him. I've never seen him act like this before.
おじさまどうしたのですか
すまない。とてもお前たちの顔を見て話せない。だが、知らせざるを得ない。
After a brief moment of silence, he speaks in a solemn, hushed voice. Oh no, her dad died in this route.
ジョージさんが、こいつらの仲間に襲われた。
He overheard this news from the radio that one of our attackers had on them. Terrorists had succeeded in their assassination attempt on the newly elected president. Now to wind back the clock. The United Province's presidential state car speeds down the freeway, heading towards Special District Morno. The newly elected president was essentially being forced to return to Morno by the evening after finishing his official duties for the day. Bushido George has barely even had time to sleep since taking office. The time between meeting with donors and supports of his campaign, he was taking all the necessary steps to do good on his campaign promises. As long as there were humans populating this earth, there would be political agendas. This was no surprise, to be frank. Politics could be said to be a direct result of mankind's natural desire to improve quality of life.
小坂君、その件は君の判断で頼む。ああ、そうだ。彼らには気をつけろ。ただ足元を救うことだけを考えているわけではないぞ。彼らは彼らで、私利私欲のために動いてはいない。組織のために動いている。厄介だぞ。だが慣れているだろう。だがブレーン内のバラバラの意見をまとめてきた君ならできると踏んだ。頼んだぞ。分かってる。家族とも時間くらい作るさ。そのために今まで頑張ってきたのだからね。ああ、では。
He placed the receiver back on the hook. After a brief sigh, he picks up a small box he put down earlier.
ようやくだな。メイ。
Oh! Bushido George was the sole person sitting in the back of the presidential car. He still had on his suit from when he was doing his presidential duties, and he made a point to keep his posture straight. Despite that, there was an obvious exhaustion to be felt around him. Even the driver had been telling him that he needed to take a break. George, however, casually brushed off the man's concern.
歴代の大統領もこうだったのか。
He fidgets with the box in his hand as he contemplates that question. The box is covered in cute pink wrapping paper, an odd match for the grown man who wrapped it. As a present he means to give his daughter. Sokka only laughed at him when she saw it. How long do you intend to keep treating her as a little girl? She said. She may have had a point. His daughter was getting to be a young woman, and she might not have needed for such childish designs anymore. Part of George, however, wants to keep wrapping up gifts for her forever. Part of him wants her to stay his little angel forever. He convinces himself that he only does this because of his fatherly love. Thinking that, a tiny smile surfaces on his face. I can only imagine what Usaka would say to him if she were here. That's the face of a father you're making. A soft face like that isn't the one needed by a world leader who needs to work hard to accomplish his goals.
父親か。想像もつかなかったよ。
He spoke as though he were talking to someone.
思ったより板についていたかな。思いのほか、私は父親らしかったんじゃないかと思うよ。
It was impossible for him not to feel sorrow in his heart. There wasn't a time when he hadn't regret not being able to be with his precious daughter to watch her grow up. But the joy upon seeing the strong, beautiful girl he had grown up to, she had grown up to be, far outweighed that regret.
君に似てるよ。本当に君に似てる。だから。君に送ったあの指輪と同じデザインのね。少しだけ緊張しているよ。まるでプロポーズだ。これは君の言う過ちかな。君と交わしたあの約束をようやく果たせそうだよ。何があった？
The old man is desperately trying to get a hold of anyone he can. Takes us roughly an hour to figure out the hospital his body is currently being held at. There's nothing I could say to her. Yeah, we're just a father and daughter who loved each other and wanted to see each other again. But they had been robbed of that. I saw how reluctant they were to part the last time. I could feel the joy they felt when they were reunited, and I could feel just as keenly the sadness from having to say goodbye. I knew how badly they each wanted to be with each other. But in the end, I never got to see that happen. I wasn't able to see them be reunited with one another. I mean to call out to her, but words get caught in my throat. And that's the only thing I can do for her now. I see her shoulders shaking from the grief, and it pains me, but I can't help her. It frustrates me to absolutely no end. I can hardly stand myself for being so useless. All I can do is look to the ground, look up again, and feel the regret return. I can only watch as the poor girl throws herself on the body of her father, wrapped in cloth.
俺より早く生きよって。
His voice is trembling. Slowly turns to look down at his pocket. His phone seems to be vibrating from an incoming call. He answers it and leaves the room, keeping his face free of emotions. This is the morgue of a hospital, so it isn't exactly the kind of place you can take business calls. The old man is currently in the middle of restructuring the security division, which is in disarray after this tragedy. I have to say, stay by her side in his stead. Can't leave her during this time of suffering. I resolved myself after what happened at the mansion. I will never leave this girl's side.
Kaito-kun.
What is it?
話聞いてもらえますか？
Of course.
ありがとう。ね、お父さんはね。
She slowly begins to speak, struggling to weave her words in between the frequent sobs.
本当に私にとってただのお父さんだったんです。
I know.
でもね、ちょっと前は違ったんです。 お父さんのこと、本当に好きで、私は覚えていないんだけど、お父さんと結婚するって言ってたみたいなんです。
I see.
はい。言った覚えはないんですけど、ああ、言ったかもしれないなって思うんです。だって、私を産んだ後すぐに亡くなったお母さんのこと、私は嫉妬してたんですから。
You were jealous of her?
変なのかなと思ったこともありました。でも、正直な気持ちです。お父さんのこと、大好きだから。
He loved you just as much, May.
はい。そう思います。
She flashes me a weak smile through the pain. I can't bear to see her like this, even though she was simply smiling like she always was, talking about how much her father loved her. She shouldn't have any reason in the world to smile right now.
カイトくん、ありがとう。
She holds my hand, and I can feel them shake. I can feel them shaking.
一緒にいてくれて、ありがとう。
What can I even do for her? A girl brave even to say thank you in a situation like this.
お嬢、ちょっといいか。
はい。何でしょうか。
Someone is standing behind my old man.
こちらの方がお嬢にお話があるそうだ。
A suit-clad woman my old man introduces to us looks at May and me before giving us a deep bow.
保坂千里と言います。折り入ってお頼みしたいことがありまして参りました。
Despite the softness of her voice, I can feel a burning determination behind it. I honest to God didn't fucking expect that. I honestly didn't expect her dad to die. I'm genuinely fucking surprised. I don't know what to say. It is the day following our meeting with a woman named Osaka Senri. She has now come to the mansion to talk to us. Miss Osaka had been Mr. Yukishiro's secretary ever since he was just a government official. She had always been there to support him. Yesterday was when she approached us. She said there was something she would like to talk with May about. However, both her and May had various things that needed to be taken care of yesterday, so they never got the chance to talk until today. She doesn't touch the coffee my old man brought out for her, instead cutting right to the chase.
幸代先生は大統領となられる前からある政策を進めておりました。
ある政策？
こちらをご覧ください。
The words bilateral unification bill are written on the front page of the documents she hands to May. Bilateral unification bill, a proposal to join the United Provinces of Japan and the Commonwealth of Japan into a single country. Preparatory committee had been prepared for the eventual passing of this bill. They would be charged with drafting a new constitution for the unified country. Unification process was one, of course, not to put a strain on the economy. Was on course not to put a strain on the economy, so it was predicted that it wouldn't do anything to disrupt the lives of the citizens. This is
日本合衆国と日本連邦。100年前に曖昧な状態で分かれた2つの政府を統一するための政策です。
Is that even possible? Though there had never been anything that could be called a military conflict between them, they had always stood at odds with each other. 100 years was enough for 3 generations to pass by. It's enough time for even culture and customs to change. Even the language we use has evolved. From a historical perspective, some words and phrases have even fallen out of the vernacular. It always seemed a given that these two countries would continue to remain independent. Was it really possible to join them with one piece of legislation?
聞いていた。軍事立国を目指す過激派と 技術立国を目指す穏健派。二国に存在する両派閥ともに統一日本は目指していたゴールの一つだ。
I need to check something real quick. Okay. VA. Find the voice. Huh? I only got Masayoshi Shido. A sec, let's go back. Visual novel database. No, that's for Hello Goodbye Overall. Voiced by Kurosetaka. Let's see. Need to check something real quick. His that voice sounds familiar. Second. Kuroda Takaya. Kuroda Takaya. VA. Voice actor. Yeah, the voice actors, yeah. Need to check this right now. Because I don't know why I hadn't noticed it until now. But I suddenly just slowly started noticing it. Just go in the credit rolls. Apparently a new Miotismon as well. Ordered from the Dragon Art Academy. That's not what I'm looking for here. Where's it? Kenshiro from Fist of North Star Lost Paradise, okay. This isn't what I'm looking for. There we go. It's maybe like a spin-off, but I think his voice is the same, and like just a guest appearance, but I think his voice is the same in every single role, in every single game. Kazuma Kiryu. Main character from the Yakuza games. I don't know why I hadn't noticed until now. Suddenly it seems very believable that he's such a huge badass, because hey, he's also the voice of fucking Kazuma Kiryu. Also, I can't wait for Yakuza Ishin to come out. Like, apparently that's probably coming out in the West. What the fuck is Kenzan? Is that like the... It's apparently in the same setting as Ishin. Like, Yakuza Ishin is basically a Yakuza game, but it's set in feudal Japan, and that sounds amazing. Anyways, Moderates. Moderates, a faction aiming to turn Japan into a country of technological innovation and economic prosperity. As a city of science and technology, Morino is treated as a symbol of that goal. The Moderates have even succeeded in laying a clear groundwork for reunifying Japan. They have managed to incorporate the financial circles for both the Commonwealth and the UPJ, which is one of the reasons why cell phone coverage for carriers work in both countries.
似たような計画ならいくらでもあった。だが、書類を読んだ限り。
はい、協力者が違います。合衆国と連邦の穏健派の大多数の取り込みに成功しました。それがこの書類の最後にある連名です。
Take a glance at the papers May is reading over. There are rows upon rows of signatures from people representing many famous corporations and organizations.
これがお父さんがやっていたこと。
はい。先生はこの計画の旗頭です。大統領への立候補も、この計画を実現するためなら客寄せパンダにもなってみせると 常々おっしゃってました。
お父さん。
あの人らしい言い草だ。
Although that was the sort of thing that would put a smile on anyone's face, their sorrow was more than evident.
ここで先生の悲願であったこの法案、頓挫させるわけには参りません。
はい。私に頼みたいとおっしゃっているのは、この件に絡むのですね。
はい。
Miss Osaka looks at May with a deep admiration in her eyes. Imagine anyone would pick up on that after how intently she'd been reading the papers. But it went beyond just that. Miss Osaka looks like she can physically feel the strong determination emanating from May. She resolves herself, then speaks.
メイさん、一時だけ先生のお父様の意志を継いでくれませんか？
一時だけ？
はい。もともと先生は合衆国大統領による法案の提出と、それに伴う二国統一宣言をここ森野で行う予定でした。この事態に対処し、我々はこの署名に上がった人たちの代表者たちによる共同宣言という形に収めようとそこでメイさんに頼みたいのは、先生の就任演説の代わり、ファーストレディとして演説を引き継いでほしいのです。
演説？
おい、それは正気か？
大変なことを要求しているのは重々承知です。恥を忍んで参りました。
それだけではないだろう。お嬢をそんな危険な中にさらす気か？
先生もお嬢様を巻き込むことを望んでおられるとは思いません。
だったらなぜ？
最悪な状況となった今、私はせめて先生の進めようとしたこの計画の意思を継ぐ義務があります。私はこの計画の瓦解を阻止するためならどんな手も打ちます。
帰れ。保護者の代理として許すわけにはいかん。
おじさま、待ってください。
お嬢、やめてくれ。
嫌です。すみません。保坂さん、その提案お受けします。
ありがとうございます。
She bows her head deep in gratitude towards May. Her voice slightly falters from the emotions. The reason for her bow is likely because she can't bear to look May in the face right now.
まったく頑固な親子だ。まともに世話もできん。
ごめんなさい。
謝るな。お嬢は立派だ。
Couldn't help but agree. How could she manage to find the courage and bravery to agree to that after what she's been through? It's a complete mystery to me. After a short talk in private, May and Miss Osaka head over to the ward office to discuss the plan with a larger body of people. Since I'm her escort and my father a guardian, we both will tag along. So I thought.
カイト、お嬢のことを頼んだ。
Okay, you're not coming?
行けなくなった。この事件を起こした者たちの中に保安部の一部が絡んでいる。
Got
こ
it.
の事件は合衆国と連邦の過激派と呼ばれる連中の共闘だ。
Natsume comes to mind. There were people in Commonwealth who had the power and means to mobilize troops. They even destroyed the bridge there. I remember that Natsume thought I was involved somehow, and it seems like there was a faction from the Commonwealth that really was responsible. What were they even hoping to
お
accomplish?
そらく穏健派も過激派もやり方が違うだけで目的は一緒だったのだろう。
Going to fight Japan.
穏健派の動きを止めるため、あるいは牽制のために動いたと考えるのが妥当だろうな。
So that must mean the flames of destruction as I saw in my premonitions were a result of the radicalists winning out over the moderates.
カイト、お嬢の護衛の件、命令はまだ生きている。
I know.
保安部からの命令は抹消されるかもしれないが、大統領命令があるからな。
You think you predicted this would happen?
まさか。幸代さんは意外と行き当たりばったりな人だった。
Oh.
そうじゃなければ、こんな法案一つで二重政府をくっつけてしまおうなどとは考えないだろう。あの人はそんなところがあった。人が考えてもやろうとしないことを平気で実行するような、しかも意外と無計画だった。
Kind of like you?
光栄だな。計画性はないが志を貫いていたからな。だからカイト、あの人の言うことを聞いてやってくれ。
Don't worry. Take care of May. So I guess you're going back to the security department?
もう一度現役に戻る。情報局保安部の力、今後も必要だ。
It's the return of a legend. The intelligence gathered by the UPJ would soon come to aid the newly unified Japan, I imagine. Several days have passed since May declared that she would make the speech. The big day was quickly approaching. Can't imagine that pulling a change of plans in such a short time was easy. Mrs. Gaka seems to be working around the clock to make it happen. She's trying to gather as many influential figures from both the UPJ and the Commonwealth as she possibly could. She even has been sacrificing sleep. So why was May going to be giving the speech? It's always been customary to have the First Lady give a speech in the event of a president's death, or if any other unavoidable circumstances would necessitate his absence. It was a practice formerly done by the United States that Japan had come to adopt. First Lady was usually the title held by the president's wife, but in the absence of one, it would normally be passed on to one of their female relatives. In this case, I was the natural candidate. That's why everything had been going reasonably well as far as the usual customs are concerned. The president's son's assassination before he could give his inaugural speech, however, was anything but reasonable.
Kaito-kun, omatase.
Right, let's go. She had been under my constant supervision these past few days. It's the least I could do to repay Mr. Yukishiro.
Mei-san, こちらの車を使ってください。
She looks in my direction. I know what she's like, what she likely wants to say. She wants to walk home together. Should let them chaperone you for the next few weeks, May. It's dangerous walking around town at night.
Hi.
Sorry, May. But I have to protect you no matter what the cost. I've come to realize something after being her bodyguard for these past few days. Everyone around May wants her to do something for them. Miss Osaka, naturally, was a part of that. They wanted a rallying force to drive forward the plan to unite Japan, something that couldn't be bought with money. That was what Yukishiro George had provided as president until his untimely death. Now, instead, they were pushing that responsibility onto May. Miss Osaka would never come out and say it. These people were going to use May whatever way it took to accomplish their goals. Of course, they likely mean no ill will in doing this. But it was simply something that had to be done if this plan was to come to fruition. After we finish our light dinner, May suddenly says something to me as we're cleaning up the dishes.
Kaito-kun.
Huh?
この後、時間ありますか?
I do. But do you? He's been spending this past few days feverishly studying for the upcoming speech with no free time whatsoever. For a single day she'd come home so exhausted that she would go straight to sleep.
はい。今日は大丈夫です。
Alright.
では、私の部屋に行きませんか?
Last time she invited me to her room was when I first visited her house. Go up to her room with her, and after she makes us some tea, we enjoy a brief minute or so of relaxation.
カイトくん、本当にありがとうございます。
Where's this coming from?
私のせいで学院に通えてません。
Oh, that! Don't worry, I no longer have any need to go. Never mind. Stop myself from saying anything further. What point is there in telling her the truth now? Well, I guess it does kinda suck. Would have liked to see the attention of the festival at least.
はい。すみません。
Hey, it's not your fault. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's get out to your album. What did you guys do last year again?
はい。去年は劇です。
She gets out the album and we'll begin looking through it together. Here's May surrounded by her classmates, wearing a big bright smile. She's been smiling lately, but not smiling like this. Know why she hasn't. It's because deep down, she isn't truly happy right now. She only wears a smile to try and convince the people around her that she's alright.
劇、楽しかったです。
May,
はい。
let's just stop with this whole nonsense. You don't have to do the speech.
カイトくん。
These politicians are just using you. You don't need to make yourself even more of a target than you already are. Your dad, George, he wouldn't want you to go through this because of him.
カイトくん。私は。
You don't have to shoulder this burden. She listens obediently to everything I have to say. Somber expression on her face, she sits and listens. After I finish telling her my position, she flashes me a smile.
カイトくん。大丈夫です。私は大丈夫。あと少しですから。
A little further?
はい。お父さんは今までずっと頑張ってきて、これからもずっと頑張るはずでした。私のやることは、その中のほんの一瞬のことです。
There is again a fake smile to try and assure me that she's not hurting. I feel an insurmountable bravery from her. I don't think I've ever seen her like this before. Even if you think it's nothing, there's no reason to put your life in danger. No, there was one time. It was inside my premonition. When the outbreak of the war had started and the city was being desecrated, she declared that she was going to go back to the town to rescue everyone. That gallant display touched my heart and I ended up letting her wander into that hellscape. Luckily, that future hadn't come to pass. There's still the possibility of her entering a similar type of danger. So I have to do this. May, please, I want you to rethink this. If you go through with it, you might lose this happiness. I point at one of the pictures in her album. A picture of May smiling surrounded by everyone.
カイトくん、それは無理です。
What do you mean?
はい。私はお父さんの代わりを務めないといけません。私がこれをやることで、みんなのためになるなら。
I understand. I know she would push on with this. I truly love this place and its people from the bottom of her heart. Sorry, Sneeze. That's exactly why she's working herself to the bone for this cause. She wants to fulfill the responsibility that has been placed on her, and she wants to do it well. That desire, in turn, has caused her a great deal of suffering. Part of her personality says to do it, while the other half says not to. She's experiencing a mental turmoil over these two clashing halves of herself. That's why I feel such a boiling anger. It makes me so furious. I'm not talking about you, May. Just can't forgive those people who are forcing you to go through with this. They know who you are and what you've gone through, yet they still have the gall to do this. All these selfish politicians, Miss Osaka included, you're still dealing with the loss of your dad, and yet they think it's okay to do this. We'll never forgive them for this.
カイトくん、それは違います。
Huh? I falter for a second as she gives me that firm, resolute response.
私は強いられているわけじゃありません。これは
Whoops. I know that. They're making you sacrifice yourself for
犠
this.
牲じゃありません。これは私の立場ならできることだからやるんです。
How is that any different? You're still suffering because of it. Why do you have to be so selfless for those people? This is just on the heels of you losing your dad. Why do you have to put yourself in any more danger?
お父さんを親しい人を亡くしたのは私だけじゃありません。きっといっぱいいます。二つに分かれた日本のいさかいで苦しんでいる人たちがいます。
Understand that?
だから私が今立たないと。
Hey.
はい、
It's okay for you to grieve.
悲しむ。
You lost your dad in this whole political strife. It's okay to be sad.
それは私以外にも多くの人が。
And you're one of them, May. You lost your dad! You're one of those people who lost someone they loved. You lost someone you loved more than the world. So please, you don't have to feel like you don't have a right to be sad.
カイト君、
What?
違うんです。そうじゃないんです。
How so?
カイト君が言ってることは違うんです。
Hey. I can feel that delicate body of hers shaking. Well, you're this girl I love more than anything. How long has she been shaking like this? How long would it last? How tight would I have to hold her for it to stop? Sorry, May. I didn't mean to go off on you like that. What can I possibly say to calm her down?
カイト君、
Everything's gonna be alright, May. I'm with you.
カイト君、私全然ダメですね。いろいろなことを考えて寂しさを紛らわせようとしていただけなのかもしれないです。
Yeah,
いろいろな気持ちが目まぐるしく回っていて
I know.
言葉にするのがとても難しいけど、今はただ
It's okay, May. You can tell me. I'm here so you have someone to let out all your emotions on.
悲しい
I know.
悲しい
I know.
悲しい。
I know, May. I know.
カイト君はずっと分かっててくれた。
I knew. I wasn't able to be a good enough support for you. That's why you had to bottle your feelings up.
そんなことない。私、カイト君がいなかったら、私、
You can accept your feelings, May. There's nothing wrong with grieving when you've just lost someone you loved.
ありがとう。ありがとう。
You can cry, May. Nobody will blame you. No matter what happens, I'll always be there for you.
カイト君がいる。
She smiles at me, tears glistening in her eyes.
私は、一人じゃない。
I've never seen a smile so beautiful yet so painful. I have no words to offer at this moment. All I can do is simply look.
カイト君、好きです。多分、出会った時からです。
What?
一目惚れでした。
I didn't think those kinds of things actually happened. Guess it was the same for you then.
カイト君も、ですか？
Yeah.
私も、多分、そうです。ちょっと、ドキドキしてて、わからないです。 ドキドキしてて、ちゃんと思い出せなくて。
Yeah, you're right. Pull her in close to me and feel the pounding of her heart through my chest, touching hers.
はい。ドキドキしています。
We then lied down together and kept holding her, and I kept holding her in my arms, giving her comfort until she fell asleep. I receive a call from Mrs. Sock in the middle of the night. After hearing what she says, we start to clean ourselves up. I have to take a shower and get changed first. They had sex? That just makes it sound like they had sex. That's wrong in this situation, I feel. Meanwhile, I work on tidying up her room. She comes back right as I'm about to give everything in order. As I'm about to get everything in order.
あ、すみません。
Welcome back.
ほとんど終わってますね。シーツも新しい。
They had sex. Yeah, sorry. I didn't really know where things were.
本当におじさまみたいです。手際がいいです。
I said, yeah, they had sex, and so she says, you really are just like Uncle. That just sounds wrong. What?
あ、いえ、こっちの話です。それよりも、喉乾きませんか？
Thanks. Well, we wait a bit after tea is brought out. You run out of things to say, and the room lapses into silence. For the time being, I take deep breaths and try to calm down. Have you get it? She already started before me.
カイトくん。
Yeah?
私、お父さんの後を継ぎたいです。
I can see the nervousness in her as she tells me that. She wants to hear how I'll react to it. So you're gonna give this to each?
はい。それが、お父さんの意思だと思うから。
I don't want you to. Still don't want her to go through with this.
はい。
Still worried about you, May. Reach out and stroke her head. She sits there and lets me. All she does is close her eyes and keep silent. Bring my hand to her cheek and brush it lovingly. And then give her a gentle kiss on the lips. It only lasts for a second. You know, May, you're a really selfish girl.
今、なんて言ったんですか？
She asked me to repeat myself, her eyes blinking in astonishment. So I answered truthfully. Is that you're selfish, May? After taking the time to swallow what I just said, she flashes a bashful smile.
はい。私はわがままです。
Whenever I hear someone say Wagamama, I just immediately like Wagamama. I speak. Ah! Next game, please.
私は、雪代メイですから。
A smile pulls at the corners of my mouth after hearing the pride she declares that with. Yeah, you are. One and only Yukishiro Mei. And then... Then what? Huh? Huh? Our child has been born, meaning I'm now officially a father. It still feels all so surreal. My wife, we're in from her dad's point of view. My dad Mirai, my wife Mirai looks at me with a prideful smirk, likely because of the sense of superiority she gained over getting to see our daughter first. Even with her weak constitution, my wife had managed to give a natural birth to our daughter. The doctor had informed me multiple times of how much strain was being placed on her body during the
あ
pregnancy.
なた。
未来よくやった
Is there anything other than that I can possibly say to her right now? I've been agonizing over this ever since the day that she declared she wanted to have a child with me, in spite of all the opposition around her. She had given birth to this child for my sake. She was worried that she wouldn't have much longer to be with me in this life. That is why she decided to go forward with this, so I wouldn't be alone. I was heavily conflicted about those feelings, those wishes she had, but That was why I decided to support her decision. I decided to have a child with her.
よくやった。
はい。
ありがとう、未来。
はい。ジョージさん、名前を考えてくれましたか？
考えたよ。君から託された子だからな。
I have goosebumps again.
私と君が望んで生まれた命。私と君の大事な命。だから、メイ。
メイ。いい名前です。きっと私の分も。
未来、私は。
ジョージさん、この子のこと、メイのこと、よろしくお願いします。
未来、この子のために祈ってくれ。
はい。
約束する。君が私に残してくれた命に誓う。私はこの子の未来をこの国に残す。
It wasn't until the day before the Floating Lanterns Festival that all the people of Japan learned of the presidential inauguration cancellation. News of the newly elected president's assassination spread like wildfire across the region. The United Provinces of Japan, however, had something important to announce. It would still be an inaugural speech. The entire world could only speculate in confusion about what exactly was going to take place. Which brings us to the present day. The speech is finally upon us. Me and I weren't able to participate in the tentative festival, of course. All school events had to be cancelled after the bridge leading to Academy Island had been destroyed.
残念です。
She had truly been looking forward to the festival, which is what prompts her to mutter that. She has already finished her final meeting for the speech, which means that all that's left is to do it. Yeah, I was hoping that we'd get to enjoy the floating lanterns too.
終わったら見に行きましょう。
Yes, that's right. Once this is over with, you don't have to you don't have a role to play anymore.
そうなります。
I'm still gonna be protecting you, though.
はい。だから一緒に見に行きましょう。灯籠流しを本土側から実際に見るのは初めてかもしれません。
Man, I can't wait.
はい。
She seems fairly relaxed right now. That's the kind of pluck I've come to expect from her, especially in times like this. After a minute or so passes, some officials come and call for May. It's time for her to take the podium. Being one of the people tasked with protecting her, I also get into my designated position. Can't imagine the look on the faces of the crowd. They're all likely waiting with bated breath for the appearance of the First Lady. The girl who takes a stand is but an ordinary girl, who just happened to be the daughter of the late president. The act alone already causes a frenzy amongst those in attendance. Cameras start to flash one after the other. The event is broadcast to the world as the TV cameras keep rolling. First Lady stays motionless where she stands. I think it's been a little over 5 minutes since the announcer first presented her. Gradually, the noise from the crowd begins to settle down. The intervals between each camera flash starts to grow longer. But the eyes of everyone in the crowd are still planted on the girl in front of the podium. Confused. Why isn't she saying anything? Well, even if she was the daughter of the president, there's no way she wasn't nervous given the situation she's in right now. God only knows how hard it must have been for a young girl to stand in front of the world like this, all by herself, after the passing of her father. Right as the throngs of people start to wonder what she's going to do next, she finally starts to move. The paper in her hand more than likely contains the written speech that she's about to give. She grabs the pages and is about to open it. But suddenly she stops, places it on the desk near the podium, then begins to speak as she looks out among the vast crowd gathered here today.
はじめまして。こんにちは。時間的には、こんばんはですね。私の名前は、雪代メイと言います。 私の言葉を聞いてくれているあなたは誰ですか？
Staff backstage start to panic. Like, what the fuck's she doing? Is this the script? Help! Help! What is she doing? Yes, exactly. Throw a look at Miss Osaka. She's looking at me as well. From what I could tell with my lip reading skills, she's muttering something along the lines of, "Do you have any clue what she's doing?" Guess this means she's not reading up the script they prepared for her.
私は雪代メイと言います。先日亡くなった雪代ジョージの娘です。一つだけファーストレディーとしてではなく、日本に住む一人の人間として皆さんの前で話させてください。
She bows her head towards the chairman up on stage. Panicked, they look off stage. Despite the hubbub around her, Miss Osaka gestures that it's okay. Despite getting permission from the chairman, May continues her speech. After getting permission from the chairman, May continues her speech.
ありがとうございます。私はただの天主堂学院の学院生です。本来はこのような立派な場所に立つような人間ではありませんし、立てるようなことはしていません。ここに立ったのは私が雪代ジョージの娘だった。ただその一点だけです。たった一点ですが、それは私の誇りです。この誇りを持ってわがままを言わせてください。雪代メイとして話させてください。私はこの森野の町でいろいろな人と出会いました。天主堂学院の先生や同じクラスのみんな、教会の皆さんや病院で会う皆さん、いろいろな人と会って気づきました。私はこの人たちと会ってよかったんだと気づきました。会った人たちの話を聞いたり話したりしていて、今この時この人と話しているのは自分なんだなって。話している人たちも一緒に話している時に笑顔になってくれるとさらに喜びは増します。そしてさらに気づきました。これが亡くなった母と父が言っていたことなんだなって、生前の母が言っていたそうです。どんな人に会ってもまずその人の中にあるとてもいいところを見るようにしましょうと。そして亡くなった父も言っていました。この人の中で一番素晴らしいものは何だろう、そこから始めるようにするといいよと。私もそう思いました。そうすると必ず美しいところが見つかって、そうすると私はその人を愛することができるようになって、それが愛の始まりになるんだと思います。ですから私はこれが大事なんだと思います。これというのは誰かから必要とされたい気持ち、誰かから必要とされていると感じることだと思います。だからいろいろな人を必要として必要とされましょう。美しいところを探し、美しいところを見つけてもらいましょう。そんなに遠くの人でなくていいです。皆さんの隣にいる人から必要としてください。必要とされてください。灯籠流しを一緒に見る人を大切にしてあげてください。家に帰ったら家族や同居人にいたわりの言葉をかけてください。今私たちが手に取り合うべきはお互いを傷つけ合う武器ではなく、隣の人の手のひらだと思います。
With that, she ends her speech with a bow. This girl was the only daughter of the late the president, Yukishiro George. She held no prestige, nor any important social position. She was just an average person. She spoke to the world from the heart. Her words come off of no script. They were just the thoughts of a normal girl. Wonder if she knows what she's just done. I bet the answer to that is probably no. You've really done it now, May. Can't help but smile. Everyone backstage is stupefied. I almost want to look at them and shout, "Breast! That's Yukishiro May, the daughter of President Yukishiro George." This girl was able to pull off something so extraordinary with no preparation and no support from anyone. That's just who she is. What Yukishiro George left behind was his plan to unify Japan. With his daughter, Yukishiro Mai. Finishing her personal script, she then reads through the prepared script for her. After she finishes, I clap loudly. The very first one to applaud her. Politicians who would be working towards the goal outlined in the speech needed to know why they were fighting for a unified Japan. The word she spoke here today will likely become the banner for the unified country. Thunderous applause resounds from the venue. May bows again and again. As the clapping continues, they then begin to prepare for the presenting of the bilateral... Still one clapping. As the clapping continues, they then begin to prepare for the presenting of the bilateral unification bill. There's just this one guy still clapping. Like, I could just imagine, like, in the crowd, there's like one guy up front just still... like with the dumbest smile on his face, and like everyone's just staring at him, like nothing is moving forward because everyone's just asking themselves, what the fuck is he doing? Numerous politicians come up and line stage with Miss Osaka acting as the facilitator of the announcement. It all begins here. With her job now out of the way, May comes running out towards me.
終わりました。
That stuff you said at the beginning wasn't part of the script, was it?
気づかれましたか？
Pretty obvious!
お父さんの言いたかったことだと思ったので。
Ah, okay. I pat her head a few times. I'm sure he was here to see you. I'm sure if he was here to see you, he'd been so proud of you.
ありがとうございます。
You did great up there, May. You did great up there, May.
はい。頑張りました。
You know, you're my personal hero.
ヒロインではなくですか？
Nope, you're my hero.
少し複雑ですけど、嬉しいです。
She had delivered her speech to people all across the world. And if her words had touched the heart, and I'm sure her words had touched the hearts of many, the two Japans would become one, and everyone would live together in peace and harmony. With how much the words of a single girl accomplished, I've no doubt that her name will go down in history. Though if she heard that, I have a pretty good idea what she'd say. All I was doing is speaking on behalf of my father, or something or another. She had stood on that stage to carry her father's will. What we need to be doing right now is not harming one another with weapons, but putting down weapons and holding hands together. But I can tell. Those words came from her, not him. Those words came from her experience, from her heart. That's why I'm so immensely proud of her. Proud to say that I love her. Hey, wanna go see the lanterns now?
はい、行きましょう。
It's been 3 months since the Floating Lanterns Festival. In this time, the bilateral unification bill was passed by both governments of the UPJ and the Commonwealth. They were both now in the middle of sorting through the various legal processes required for this to take place. There was a resurgence in the problems ingrained in each country, and the political world had become more active than ever before. The entire world has its eyes on Japan. People are debating whether or not they'll be able to complete this unification process without assistance or military intervention from other countries. But whenever it does come to fruition, the world will enter a new era. Though, as for things with us, May was the first person the world heard before any of the countries took the step they took towards unification. Needless to say, she had attracted the attention of quite a few politicians and media outlets after her grand performance. At first, the comments were mostly negative and pessimistic. But as time went on, more and more people spoke up and praised her for her message and how she conducted herself with such confidence. Some even said that they saw the late Yukishiro George in her that day. The attention May received increased exponentially after that. I was worried whether or not she would ever be able to live a normal life again, but luckily Miss Osaka took care of that. While keeping May under her watchful gaze, she ran in the recent general election and became a member of the National Diet. She, in particular, was the one young politician everyone had been keeping their eyes on as of late. Even with how busy she was, she still found time to care for May. That's why I've forgiven her, and I wish her all the best with her political career. May was able to continue being a student at Tentodo Academy, and went back to the relatively normal life that she had before all this ever happened. As for me... Yeah, finally. We opened the door to the mansion and practically tumbled inside. From here, we head to the living room and start fixing something to eat. May, let's take it let's take it easy today and have some noodles. I get the condiments ready while May boils the noodles, and after getting out some plates, everything is ready to be served. We have food ready to eat within 10 minutes of stepping inside. Let's begin then. I imagine she must have been starving as I was. Our plates are clean within a minute flat. I don't even think we exchanged a single word throughout. Phew, that was good. Wait, is she just slowly but surely taking on his habit of just inhaling his food? I wonder if my eating habits have rubbed off on you? I'm just gonna call this part Foresight, because Jesus Christ, I'm foreseeing a bunch of stuff as well. Well, don't worry, everyone eats noodles fast. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I lied. I'm currently still living in May's house with her. Even though I do feel a bit like I'm mooching off of her, I have to take into consideration my job as her bodyguard. It's a mission that requires my attention during all hours of the day, including while she's at school. This also means, as a matter of course, that I'm still attending Tentodo Academy. This mission was, in part, Mr. Yukishiro's dying wish, so I don't intend to stop. My old man, Miss Osaka, took care of the necessary arrangements for things to stay this way. Guess we'd better go get changed. I know, I didn't forget. We gotta study so we can get caught back up. We finished changing and settled in her room for our study session. Keep making progress on our homework as we use Suguri's notes and our textbooks for reference. There is a reason that things turned out this way. May had gone back to helping out the people at the church like usual. Thanks to the passage of the Unification Bill, Morino's refugee problem had finally been resolved. After seeing such a clear resolution to what had been a national problem for years, May suddenly gained interest in the work Miss Osaka and her father had been doing. So because of that, May would periodically sit in on the meetings of Miss Osaka and other politicians. Seeing that Suguri's notes ended up saving us more than we'd like to admit. A meaning that... Might be that she's doing that because she knows we'll be using them. And I guess we gotta make sure to put them into good use.
本当にスーちゃんにはお世話になりっぱなしです。
Yeah. Incidentally, May had also asked Suri to take care of the flower garden in Memorial Park. We're simply that busy. I've been going occasionally since I'm not nearly as swamped as May, but the brunt of the work had definitely fallen on Suguri.
今度東村山家に行きましょう。スーちゃんにまたフルーツタルトを食べてもらいたいです。
Yeah, I feel like she's doing so much. We gotta do something to her berry kindness.
はい。
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw Natsume yesterday.
森野でですか？
Yeah, when I went to visit my old man. Seems she's been dispatched here to protect the city.
ということは東村山会でまた集まれるのですね。
Yep, I'll try giving her a call sometime.
はい。嬉しいです。
Almost feels like the whole reason she wanted to unify the country was so our group could get back together and eat cake. That's what the broad smile on her face is telling me right now. But I guess that's how it is. That's just how it is. It's the life that Mr. Yukishiro laid out for us. This kind of peace and happiness is exactly the ideal he had in mind with the unification. We really do need to be grateful to him.
お父さんに感謝です。
Huh?
どうしました？
I was actually just thinking the exact same thing.
お父さんに感謝ですか？
Yep, the reason we were able to see Natsume is all because of his efforts.
はい。私もそう思います。
There's a hint of sadness in her smile. Whenever I see her face like this, I always hold her hand. Gotta see the effects of his efforts more and more as time goes on. It's all improvement from here on out.
はい。
The words of encouragement seem to have worked. She has experienced a monumental loss from this. The grief she feels is very much real. I may not be able to do much, but at the very least, I can hold her hand and ease some of that pain. I'll say whatever I need to help her get through this. It's enough about that. For now, we gotta make sure to study hard so we can head to the Higashimura Yamaki again with everyone else. If we end up flunking our tests, we're gonna be too caught up with retests to have any free time.
そうですね。頑張りましょう。
This is a really bad place to end it because, Jesus Christ. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time, I guess. Like, the next part is probably gonna be fucking 10 minutes or so, and I'm gonna be so pissed off. Bye-bye.